And even here, even under the gaze of touchdown Jesus, they're about a touchdown pick. But still, it is Notre Dame at home, with all that implies, that gives this game its dramatic context and its competitive possibilities. Because keep in mind, over the years, whether at Notre Dame or elsewhere, Lou Holtz and his teams have thrived in the role of the underdog, registering some memorable upsets. If that's the scenario today, Holtz's second national title and Notre Dame's 12th could be within reach. For more, let's go to the Irish sideline. Here's John Dockery. Doc?
Hey, Bob, in the context of what you say, what amazed me, startled me this week was the relaxed state of Lou Holtz, a normally very intense man, as you know. Before the game this morning, I asked him about his mood and the mood of the team.
I think that we're going around and visiting them last night and talking to them. I think they realize that if we play well, we're going to win. And if we don't play well, we don't have a chance, and it's up to us to perform well. And you can't perform well if you're afraid or if you're nervous about making a mistake. This is the time just to go out there and put on a show. I think turnover is going to be a critical key, and I think this wind is certainly going to give us a greater challenge in our kicking game than previously.
The win may be one challenge, but also the challenge of keeping his defensive backfield healthy. I was at practice on Thursday night. 3/4 of the starting defensive backfield stood on the sidelines. But John Covington's eye infection is healed, and Greg Lane's ankle is okay. Most worrisome was Bobby Taylor's pulled groin muscle. I talked to him a few moments ago in warm-ups. He said it was okay. He won't wear a sleeve. But, Bob, I have to wonder if his leg will hold up under the onslaught of the most explosive offense in college football.
Doc, thanks a lot. For the benefit of history and context here, there have been 7 Heisman Trophy winners at Notre Dame, beginning with Angelo Bertelli and continuing through Johnny Lujack, Leon Hart, John Latner, Paul Horning, John Hewart, and most recently, Tim Brown. We mention this because Florida State has never had a Heisman winner until this year, when their quarterback, Charlie Ward, is considered a virtual lock regardless of how he performs today. Now, he sat out last week's win over Maryland to rest his aching ribs, but he is ready to go. And for more on that and the rest of the Seminole perspective, let's go to our own Heisman winner, O.J. Simpson. Juice.
Well, Bobby, the good news for Florida State is watching Charlie Ward and talking to him. He looked great in warm-ups. He said he feels great. Now, his injury is very high up in his ribs. It's really right under his collarbone, right about here. And what they've done, he can't wear a flak jacket. They put a pad inside of his shoulder pad like a donut around the injury so that he doesn't get hit directly on it. The field is in great shape, the best shape I've ever seen Notre Dame field in. It's a testament that Notre Dame want to see the best team win here today. The most significant thing that I witnessed in the warm-ups was the play of Scott Bentley, the phenom freshman kicker from Florida State. He missed his last 9 field goal attempts, 5 to the right, 4 knuckleballs to the left. This game figures to be a very close game. So, Bob, that could be bad news for Florida State.
And, of course, historically, Juice, we know all about missed field goals at the finish in big games for Florida State. Since 1987, Bobby Bowden's team is 73-9. Never lower than 4th in a final poll, second twice, but never first at the finish. In that stretch, they played any number of games that could have been called the game of the year at the time. When I talked to Bobby Bowden on Thursday in Tallahassee, I asked him if this latest edition of the game for the ages felt any different.
Well, we feel like we've had one already with the University of Miami, and if we win this one, there'll be some more, you know.
Does this one feel different, though?
Does it feel different? A little bit. I mean, you know, at least when we played Miami, it was in Tallahassee, and we knew we had them in our backyard. And the big difference is now we go to somebody else's backyard and try to do the same thing.
Not just any somebody else.
No.
It's South Bend.
No, that's
and it
exactly
makes a difference, right?
Well, it really does. It does to me. I think it means more difference to me than it does to my players. My players are so young, they don't know about all that tradition, to be honest with you. You have to remember, some of these boys were raised in orange groves. Some of these boys were raised on farms. Some of these boys were raised in the country. They don't know about all that tradition. But I did tell them about the tradition of Notre Dame. I want them to know it. They ought to know it. I mean, if you're a football player and you have and you want football, you need to know about Notre Dame.
At least 35 scholarship players are going to be watching the game from the stands. So if any of you has any fantasies about running out of that stadium tunnel with your gold helmet shining in the sun, you best see them right here.
No, I did not take her to see Rudy, and the only reason, we hadn't been around where it was yet.
But you actually would have?
Oh, I'd love for them to see it. I it'd be too difficult for us to get 100 boys to take them to the picture show. We've done that before, however, but I would love for them to see it.
If the game is close, he was quoted, he changed his mind on this, but now he says, I'll go for 2 for the victory. What would you do?
You know, back when they used to have the duels where they get guns and shoot each other because you said something bad about their wife.
Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton.
Exactly. Well, I'm kind of like, it's hard to back down from that win. You know, I don't know if, again, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can go for 1. Maybe it might be the thing to do. I swear I don't know if I can go for 1.
Dating 287, you're 73-9. Never lower than 4th in the polls. 2nd a couple of times. But you know the story. No national title. You don't need a national title to prove you're a great coach. But do you need it to complete your portfolio for personal satisfaction?
Oh, yeah. If I were to die today or tomorrow or quit coaching, my resume would have something missing. There'd be something big missing on it, and it's the national championship. You know, I might not ever get that thing, you know, and I can't carry it with me if I do get it. But I sure, naturally, I'd like for Florida State University, I'd like for the coaches at Florida State, I'd like for the players at Florida State to have a national championship. No, there's no doubt about it. It's missing on my resume.
What do you like the night before a game like this, or in the moments on the sideline before they kick off in a game like this? Are you feeling something noticeusly different?
Oh, you get very competitive. You get very competitive. You just get, you don't care. I mean, I'll be concerned about this and concerned about this and that, and just, you're really just concerned, are you ready? And then you walk out on that field, and you start getting lined up. Well, then all of a sudden, the juices start flowing, and you're ready to strike anything that wiggles. You lose complete fear of anything else, you know. And I can see it in Lou Holtz's eyes on the other side. It's just, I think all of us coaches kind of gear up for that. And it's kind of like when you get out on that field, y'all got to leave me alone now. I'm busy, you know. It's all football.
Bobby Bowden, on the subject of going for 2 back in 1987 against Miami, he did go for 2 late in the game after saying before the game that he'd play for the tie. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, lost to the Hurricanes 26-25, might have lost the national title in the process. We're only minutes away from kickoff at Notre Dame Stadium, and we'll come back. The Noles and the Irish getting ready, and we'll return to South Bend in a minute.
In the tradition of Motown 25, it's the reunion of the decade. The 70s live again with the stars, the comedy, and the music. The Bee Gees, Olivia Newton-John, Donna Summer, KC and the Sunshine Band, the Brady Bunch, Lenny and Squiggy, Meatloaf, and more. All on one electrifying stage, one exclusive night. A 70s celebration, Tuesday on NBC.
It's the one sale that gets bigger and better every year. The 6th annual Winter Convertible Sale at Colorado Chrysler Plymouth. That means 60 Dodge Shadow convertibles all at one price. Not $14,000 or $15,000, but just $99.88 with only $488 down and $199 a month. Or 30 LeBarons, your choice, $12,988, $48 down and $249 a month. Plus no payments till February. Don't miss Denver's best value sale. The 6th annual Winter Convertible Sale at Colorado Chrysler Plymouth, South Havana at Alameda, Aurora.
You know, I run into people all the time that have never shopped at a Men's Wearhouse store, and I say the same thing to everybody. We offer many of the same brands, the same designers as you'll find in department stores at 20 to 30% less every day. Give us 1 minute. Just come into our store and look at the labels and look at the prices for 60 seconds, and you'll become a Men's Wearhouse customer. I guarantee it.
In Aurora, Boulder, Cherry Creek North, Highlands Ranch, Westminster, and Lakewood.
Get Real, weeknights on Denver's TV 20.
The last time the Irish played in a #1 versus #2 matchup was in 1989 against Michigan. Rocket Ismail ran 2 kickoffs back for touchdowns to give the top-ranked Irish a 24-19 win over the then #2 Wolverines. Now, the only time the Seminoles have played in a 1 versus 2 game was in '91 when Jerry Thomas's 34-yard field goal attempt sailed wide right as second-ranked Miami upset #1 Florida State 17-16 in Tallahassee. Upcoming, the 28th number 1 versus number 2 matchup in the last 50 years, although only rarely has it happened so late in the regular season. The scene has been set. Time for us to send it upstairs to the men who will call the game, Charlie Jones and Todd Christensen. Charles?
Thank you, Bob. And where in the world would you rather be right now than here in Notre Dame Stadium? Let's start with the visitors. The number 1 team, Florida State. We start with their quarterback, Charlie Ward.
There's no doubt about it. The prohibitive lock for the Heisman Trophy. Charlie Ward, 16 touchdowns, 1 interception. As was mentioned 2 weeks ago, he was injured. Sat out the Maryland game. He is fine today, ready to generate that fast break offense.
And that fast break offense at the other end has an outstanding core of receivers.
85 catches worth between Kez McCorvey and Tamarick Vanover. Vanover is the man that can go the distance. He can break the long one. McCorvey is the one that comes up with the clutch third down catches. Covering these gentlemen will be Bobby Taylor. John Dockery mentioned that he had a groin problem during the week. He is going to have to be 100% to cover the very high potent attack of the Florida State Seminoles.
Now let's move to the attack of the Notre Dame Irish, and it starts with that forward wall, the front line. A young man, he's only 20 years of age, weighs in at 299. His birthday's tomorrow. His name is Aaron Taylor.
And we talk about the speed of Florida State. It's personified on the other side, the power of Notre Dame. Aaron Taylor, arguably the best college lineman since Dave Remington. He is the one that opens the holes for the backs and helps to protect Kevin McDougal.
And the unsung hero for Notre Dame could well be their quarterback, Kevin McDougal. He is the young man that said to Lou Holtz, "I'm the senior. I am the man who will lead you to the national championship."
And up to this point, it's been more than just idle talk. He is the man that has done it 9-0. He is going to have an effective passing game today for the Irish to defeat Florida State.
Let's go down to John Dockery.
You know, we've heard before, these 2 teams are within 8 inches of each other. Notre Dame came out early to watch Florida State head towards the field. Now both teams are lingering in the tunnel. They're posturing at one another. They're pointing at one another. You see the Florida State guy. Bobby Bowden is right in front of me, and he's trying to push his team out. Lou Holtz is restraining his team. But I'll tell you, the tension between these 2 is real and powerful and explosive. And it looks like the moment passed and there was no explosion. Back to you, Charlie.
And the sellout crowd here at Notre Dame Stadium as they greet the number 1 team in the country, the Seminoles of Florida State. And now the shine of the golden helmets as they come out of the tunnel. Underneath the goalpost, they will await their leader, Lou Holtz. They will break on his call. The number 2 team in the country, Notre Dame. Lou Holtz, 14-1 with 2 weeks or more to prepare. He has had 2 weeks to prepare for this ball game. Right back after these messages from your local station.
The men.
Showtime.
They show me a fire truck.
The women.
I just can't anymore.
The families.
My baby is still up there.
The courage.
I'm not going to quit, Steven. You hear me?
Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, Rebecca De Mornay, Donald Sutherland, and Robert De Niro. The network television premiere. Backdraft, Sunday at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Hi, I'm Mike Naughton with the greatest deal in the country on America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150. I made a special purchase of 50 of them. Full-size, 5-passenger, super cab, 4-wheel drive F-150s. Now all with a once-in-a-lifetime price of just $15,895. Not leftover 93s, but brand new 94s with airbags and anti-lock brakes. Just $15,895 buys your choice of F-150 Super Cab 4xs while they last at Mike Naughton Ford.
Ever notice that to give you discount prices, a lot of computer stores discount service? Introducing the new Computer Super Center, where great service is just as important as a great price. Get the Apple Macintosh LC3 with color monitor for only $9.99.
Clean up online.
Computer City, guaranteed great service every day.
Get real. Weeknights on Denver's TV 20.
And welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium. We are just around the corner from Main Street. Florida State won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. And so Notre Dame will be receiving. Florida State will be kicking off. Clint Johnson is the return man.
Little intensity early on. It was interesting there down in the tunnel. They were staring at one another. Florida State was ready to head out. They came back, trying to psych out Notre Dame at their place. I tell you what, the Florida State Seminoles are definitely cocky today.
Notre Dame does not come out that early. They did today. Cold, icy stare. And now everything that can be said has been said. Everything that has been written has been written. The sun comes out, and we are underway. And Clint Johnson returns it from the end zone. He is out to the 20, the 25, across the 30. He returns to the 33-yard line. Matt Fryer with the tackle. 34 yards on the return. And so Notre Dame will go to where Kevin McDougal is the quarterback. That offensive line of Aaron Taylor, Mark Zadovetsky, Tim Ruddy, Ryan Leahy, the grandson of Frank, and Todd Norman. And there's a look at the backfield. McDougal, Beckton, Sellers, Johnson, and Oscar McBride starting at tight end. And Notre Dame, as expected, opening on the ground. Here is Lee Beckton, and he is nailed. Derek Brooks, defensively for Florida State. Roberson, McIntosh, Nance, Alexander, Derek Brooks, who you just saw, Ken Alexander, and Todd Rebo. Corey Sawyer, Tristan Abraham, Devin Bush, Richard Coles in the secondary.
And in Sawyer and Abraham, they have arguably the best pair in the nation. A couple of terrific cover corners.
Second down and 10. And to give it to the first back, the fullback, Ray Zellers, and he is met at the 35-yard line. It will be third down and long for Notre Dame. Derek Brooks makes his presence felt.
Look how deep he is. He's at least 6 yards off the ball, and that means the Notre Dame offensive line can't get to him. Look at the penetration that he has. The neck injury, needless to say, is not bothering him at all.
And he told us in Tallahassee, because of that injury, I simply cannot take a snap for granted. This is his second game back. Third down and 8. McDougal to throw. A little swing right side. It is behind Beckton. Beckton has the room. The 45, the 50. He is to the 41-yard line of Florida State. 24 yards.
Screen set up well to the left side of your screen. You're going to see Beckton just flare out. Blitz comes in. Good job by the offensive lineman and poor tackling downfield that enables Beckton right here to just run through the safety. Big play for Notre Dame on third and long.
First down and 10. Florida State 41-yard line, opening drive of the game, no score. And here is Beckton, and he is going to lose a yard to the 42. It'll be second down and 11, and Jim Nance, this is his first game back after having his knee scoped, the senior. He makes the tackle.
Well, don't forget that John Nance also last year at this time had a bump on his neck. It turned out to be a tumor. He had to go in wondering whether or not he was going to be able to play again. Fought back from that, and then as you mentioned, knee surgery as well. He's got to be one of the happiest men on the field today, overcoming a great deal of adversity.
Lee Beckton has 2 carries. He has lost a yard for Notre Dame. Play action fake. McDougal throws. Pass is complete. Here is Lake Dawson. And he goes out at the 35-yard line. Pickup of 7 yards on the play, and Devin Bush picked him up for the Seminoles.
Crucial to the success of Notre Dame today is their ability to get the play action pass. Here you can see the interior fake to the quarterback. Just a little bit of an out route there by Lake Dawson. McDougal puts it right on the money. Now they're able to come up third and about 5.
The ball just outside the 35-yard line of Florida State. No score, opening drive. 12 and a half minutes left to go, first 2. Google play action. Has time. Throws. Passes. Dropped. Ray Zeller. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
But now the most catches on the team only has 19. They don't throw the ball much, but that certainly is one that Ray Zellers wishes he had back. That's a certain 1st down if he can hang on. Notre Dame opting here, Charlie, to play the field position game, and there's Lou Holtz. He's not discouraged. He's trying to be upbeat with him. That's okay.
And Adrian Gerald is the punter. He just wants to pooch it down around the 10-yard line.
Interesting point that Lou Holtz made to us yesterday. He says he's very critical during the week of his players, but on game day, nothing but positive. You'll never see me criticize. That was interesting right there. A little pat on the head.
Fair catch is called for and caught at the 10-yard line by Corey Sawyer. We have no score. We have 12:26 left to go in the 1st period. Back in a moment.
Hold on. I don't just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight that. Overnight.
Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with priority mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
Nissan advertises their Altima is starting under $14,000. Yeah, but unlike the Oldsmobile Achieva Special Edition, that price doesn't include air, automatic, anti-lock brakes, AM/FM stereo, and floor mats. Things that can make an Altima finish just under 18 grand. The Achieva Special Edition with all that and more is only $13,995. Well, you could always split it with me. It's your money.
With trusting eyes, the children show, minds open, hearts true, our spirits grow. The touch, the feel, the fabric of our lives. The touch, the feel of cotton, the fabric of our lives.
You'll be shocked. You'll be stunned. You'll be outraged. If you miss it. Madonna, live down under, The Girly Show, only on HBO. You never know what she's gonna do. You just want to be there when she does it.
Notre Dame football is brought to you by the United States Postal Service. We deliver for you. By Oldsmobile. By HBO, where you can see Madonna live down under, The Girly Show, only on HBO. And by Budweiser, fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your bud.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium. Florida State on offense for the first time in the ballgame. Offensively for the Seminoles. An offensive line of Juan Laureano, Louis Tyre, Clay Shiver, Patrick McNeil, and Marvin Farrell. Charlie Ward will lead the offense. Sean Jackson, William Floyd, Matt Pryor, Kevin Knox, Lonnie Johnson.
And don't forget Kez McCorvey and Tamarick Vanover come in to contribute when they go to the 3 and 4 wide packages, otherwise known as the fast break.
And now here comes part of the offense of the Seminoles now. Their offensive linemen they came out. And the backs and receivers stayed on the sideline.
Starting 4 wide.
Charlie Ward has not been intercepted in his last 144 pass attempts. From the 11-yard line. Good protection, little swing near side. This is Sean Jackson. And Jackson is down at about the 15-yard line. Defensively for Notre Dame. And we'll look at their base set of Knight, Young, Flanagan, Hamilton, Bursich, Goheen, and now. With Lane, Taylor, Covington, and Burris in the secondary. Now that's their base.
And because of the 3 and 4 wide receiver package, we're going to see a lot of McGee and Wooden and a couple of extra linebackers as well. 2 Jeremys, Sample and Now.
It is 2nd down and 6. Florida State at their own 15-yard line. nothing there for Sean Jackson as Jim Flanagan closed the hole immediately. And one thing that is overlooked with the Florida State Seminoles, Charlie Ward in the fast break passing attack, they do have an outstanding running attack. Sean Jackson averaging 7 yards a carry. The freshman you'll see in the ballgame, Warwick Dunn, averaging 8.2 yards a carry.
Which explains why Rick Minter, the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame, made a big point of saying what we have to stop in this game is the run.
3rd down and 7. Four-man rush for the Irish. And Ward breaks it clean across the 30. He has the first down. 18 yards as Charlie Ward converts on 3rd down and 7.
This is what Ward does so very well. He comes back, zone coverage. He sees that everybody is covered. It's like the Red Sea right in the middle. Take a look. He doesn't debate at all. He cuts up the middle. Not too many blue shirts. And interestingly, if you've noticed Charlie Ward earlier in the season, he normally slides. This time he takes the beating, which would lead me to believe he's very confident in his ribs.
And a first down at the 33-yard line. No score. 10:36 and counting. Time remaining. First quarter. Florida State, first opportunity on offense. Back in the ballgame. And here again is the inside handoff. And Sean Jackson, the senior from New Orleans, is stopped by Jim Flanagan.
Once again, Flanagan in on the play. What they're trying to do here is that Florida State is spreading people out, and they believe that they can run the ball against the Irish. Take a look at the inside handoff to Jackson. Gets a good block, but Flanagan actually, look at the double team in the middle is what he comes off of to make the play. Otherwise, it had a first down. Excellent play by Flanagan on the interior.
Second down in check. Florida State not using hand signals as they have in the past. But rather Charlie Ward, he gets the play and he shouts it to the lineman. They pass it down. Over the middle, pass is dropped. Incomplete. Kevin Knox, the intended receiver, a flag is down.
Good call by the official. Even though the flag came in a little bit late, it was clear that Greg Lane hit him a little bit too soon.
Is the referee, the officiating crew from the ACC.
We have pass interference on the defense at the spot foul and an automatic first down.
Judge for yourselves if Lane gets there before the ball. Watch number 33. Just a little hook route by Knox. There he is, clearly before the ball. Good call by the official.
And it will go as a 9-yard penalty. It carries the first down. Florida State now at their own 46-yard line. They started this drive at their 11. Now that is a lateral. He can throw off of that. Has a man wide too far. And he overthrows Tamarick Vanover.
So many times, Charlie, you get that situation where the guy is wide open. Sean Jackson certainly wishes he had that one back. Vanover was wide open in the secondary, totally fooled Notre Dame. As you mentioned, Charlie, backwards throw. Ward is conscious of doing this. Watch where his feet are and watch where Jackson catches it. Clearly right there. Now look at how wide open Vanover is. He tries to lead him. Big mistake. Just throw the pop fly, let it quail, let it go end over end, do whatever it is you want to do, but get it to number 80. Totally fooled. There's Burris coming up to support the run. He wants a lot more off of that one. That's frustrating for Vanover.
So an opportunity slips away from the Seminoles. Second down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Sixth play of the drive. Just over 9.5 minutes left to go. First quarter, no score. This one is over the middle. This pass is complete. It says McCorvey. McCorvey to the 45-yard line. This is close in Irish territory to the first down as Justin Goheen makes the tackle.
It's really only the second ball that Charlie Ward has thrown downfield. Otherwise, he had loop passes out to Jackson. He's trying to find some openings here in the secondary of Notre Dame, being very careful. People get the idea when they think of the fast break offense, this is the ball that's thrown all over the field. Charlie Ward has a 70% completion percentage, and that is outstanding, which means that he throws a lot of short balls, very controlled passing game, and that was something that Rick Minter pointed out. He said people don't realize that. Very accurate passer.
Chains are out for the measurement. And it's a first down. Thursday, we were in Bobby Bowden's office, and he was explaining to us about the evolution of Charlie Ward going from the quarterback under center to the fast break. And as he was explaining it, he was doing it over tables and behind chairs. And he was sprinting to his left at the door and trying to throw back to his right. But he gave us a great insight to the fact that Charlie Ward is a point guard in basketball, and from this offense, he can clearly see the field.
And clearly, even though he'd had his 64th birthday on Tuesday, he had plenty of enthusiasm and energy to point it out for us. He gave us visual aid. Tremendous.
First down, 45-yard line. This is the outlet pass. This is to Sean Jackson, and Jackson to the 40 to the 38-yard line. It'll go for about 7. That fast break offense that we have been talking about.
Last year, in the 8 games prior to that, look at the points per game difference when they opted to go to the fast break. What this, in effect, does is it gives Charlie Ward a chance to see the field. Up to this point, it's frustrating for the Notre Dame defense because he does not have to step back. He doesn't have to take the 5 or 7 steps that a quarterback normally does when he takes the ball under center. And thus far, he has gotten the ball off in an average of about 2 seconds per pass play.
And the fast break offense is exactly a year and a week old. Pressure from the backside. Charlie Ward, nice fake inside out. Picks up a block. Another good fake. Has the first down. Inside the 25. Picks up 16 yards on the play.
This is what great quarterbacks do, and that's what great runners do. He senses Flanagan from the backside. There's absolutely no way he can see him. Watch from the right of your screen, number 44 is going to come in. There's no way Charlie can see him. No way Charlie Ward sees him. And there he goes. He takes off just before he gets hit. Little dip there. Nice move to the outside. And once again, he opts not to slide, taking the hit. Once again, showing not for the magnitude of this game, but the fact that he has a lot of confidence and the fact that his ribs will hold up.
And that is the 4th first down in the drive. And as you can see, the sun comes out, makes its second appearance of the afternoon at Notre Dame Stadium. Charlie Ward, by the way, is 3 of 3. And this one is over the middle. He is now 4 of 4. Matt Fryer pulls it in, and John Covington pulls him down.
Notre Dame thus far has been content to go into their zone coverages. Watch Fryer underneath. Look at the zone. Waits and waits, finds the seam, takes a big hit from Covington, but able to hang on. Fryer's the one you recall, if you remember the Miami game, went the distance with the pass from Charlie Ward over 60 yards. He can run.
Back-to-back first down. The wind is blowing above 20 miles an hour. And in the first quarter, Florida State has the wind at their back. And on this drive, it has been clear sailing.
Here they come.
Pass complete, right side, touchdown, Kevin Knox. Florida State's first opportunity in offense, they go 89 yards for the score. They take the early lead, extra point to come. Andy Cannell is the holder, Andy Kroll the snapper, and the kicker, the freshman from Aurora, Colorado, Scott Bitler. And that is right down the middle.
You live with the blitz and you die by the blitz. Rick Minter decides here he wants to come. What's left of your screen? 7 people are going to come. But it's just an excellent blitz adjustment on the part of Knox. He just hooks up. Ward gets him the ball quickly, spins out of the tackle, touchdown Seminoles. Once again, getting the ball off quickly. Ward saw it coming. Now his Seminoles are up 7-zip.
And the touchdowns match his number, 17 on the year.
Ready for another Oldsmobile commercial? Obviously, you've missed a few, like our new Achieva Special Edition. Surprise? That's nothing. Wait till you see what it comes with. I don't know, but here's where you want to be. your money.
Baked rolled gold pretzels. Rolled gold. What kind of a word is R-O-L-D? It's no kind of word. And gold. They're not gold. They're pretzel colored. I couldn't help but notice your pretzels.
Most people don't realize they're low in fat.
Hey, April. April. What kind of a name is April? It's a month, not a person.
Rolled gold pretzels. They're not rolled, they're not gold, but they are America's favorite.
Tony and Diane get regular insurance checkups, just like they get regular medical checkups. I'm State Farm Agent Carlos Bermudez. I have been their State Farm agent 7 years. A family insurance checkup helps them make sure all their coverages are up to date. It's also a good time to explore options, like how their life insurance plan can be adapted to help with their daughter's college education. I think the family insurance checkup is something everybody can feel good about.
State Farm is there.
Everybody thinks programming a VCR is so incredibly complicated. Record Channel 3, Sunday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. What's the problem?
Magnavox, the only VCR with Smart Talk remote. Smart, very smart.
Who makes the only TV with the smart sound feature, which ensures your volume will stay at normal levels, even when something like this comes on?
Magnavox, smart, very smart.
Yes.
No use shouting, old man.
Sunday, Don Shula tries to become the NFL's all-time winningest coach when he leads the Miami Dolphins against the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL on NBC, Sunday.
And trying to shake up the defense, Notre Dame gets out of their zone coverage, and with their inside backers, Bursic and Gogi, and they decide to let them come. But they had anticipated that was Knox. O.J. Simpson just told us that was the route that they were going to run. They guessed right, and Charlie Ward is able to pick up Knox on the side. He breaks the tackle and goes in for the score. Nothing thus far seems to bother Charlie Ward. He's yet to throw an incompletion.
On that drive, Charlie Ward 5 of 5 for 43 yards, 2 rushes for 34 yards. He totaled 77 of the 89 yards of the drive. And now Scott Bentley will kick off to Clint Johnson. Second opportunity in offense for Notre Dame here at the first period with 7:09 left to go in the first quarter.
Interesting point that you were talking about accounting for the yardage. Charlie, he averages 8 yards a play, and that includes incomplete passes. That is an unbelievable statistic for Charlie Ward.
Clifton Abraham, the cornerback, will hold. That's because the wind keeps blowing the ball off of the tee here. And here is the catch. And this one sails with the wind out of the back edge of the end zone. Touchback will bring it out to the 20-yard line. We'll step aside for a moment. Florida State leads it 7-0.
Football.
Real football.
And real grass.
Lambeau Field and snow.
That's too obvious. What about the fearsome foursome?
Purple people here.
Carl Eller.
No name defense.
The Oakland Raiders.
Baltimore Colts. Hey, Mike Curtis.
Ray Nitschke.
Willie Lanier.
Immaculate reception.
Franco's Italian.
Oh, real fullback.
Franco Harris, Marv Hubbard, take your pick.
No. The Snakes declared there was 26 seconds left. AFC semifinals versus Miami.
Beechwood Aged Budweiser. Crisp, clean, classic.
We'd like to show you our new Achieva Special Edition. Well, for starters, it's got an airbag, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, air conditioning, automatic transmission, AM/FM stereo, power door locks. Sure, but that's where the really special part comes in. It's your money.
Other laser printers are still playing leapfrog, trying to reach the standards set by Hewlett-Packard. But no matter how hard they try, they keep falling short of the original. If it isn't a laser jet, it's only a laser printer.
You need 2 hands to count all the special rates and discounts on Allstate car insurance for more than 1 car. Pickup trucks, anti-lock brakes, airbags. Good drivers, excellent drivers with Allstate home insurance, and retired drivers over 55. Just pick up a phone and call an Allstate agent for details. For lots of ways to save. you're in good hands with Allstate.
Who the hell's doing this, huh?
Someone they know
Is there something about these deaths that you're not telling me?
has a burning desire to watch them all die. Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, Rebecca De Mornay, Donald Sutherland, and Robert De Niro. The network television premiere. Backdraft, Sunday at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Here in the first quarter, Notre Dame is going into the teeth of the wind, gusting to 20 miles an hour. They have a first down as they start following the touchback from their own 20-yard line. Ray Zeller's the first back to it's open. Wow. And the offensive line of Notre Dame makes its first statement of the afternoon. 18 yards by Ray Zeller.
One of the advantages of being short right here, Ray Zeller, just a little under 5'11". Watch as he ducks under the tacklers for Florida State. Looks like look at that, right underneath. Tackle should be made there by Nance, but he breaks into the secondary. Abraham hangs on, but Zeller's big run for the Irish.
He gets an assist from Richard Coase. First down, Notre Dame's 38-yard line. By Kevin McDougal. A new wrinkle for Lou Holt's 46-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll be second down and short.
Really is a new wrinkle. This is normally the crossbuck option coming to the left, but instead there's nobody behind him. He's gone right there. Good job of coming out and tramping on Alexander. Brooks comes over to make the tackle, but not before he gains 7.
When we talked with Kevin McDougal yesterday, we said any significance to the number 15. He said no significance. And here is the give to Becton. He slips to the outside. He's got the first down. Good move. Pulled down by Devin Bush. There's a flag down.
I believe there's a face mask at the end of the play. Looked like Devin Bush might have got a piece of the mask.
We have a face mask on the defense. 5 yards.
Little frustration for Bobby Bowden because the tackling has been poor on the part of Florida State. You can see right there, number 11 with his right hand right on the mask of Becton. The official right on top of it.
To finish the story on Kevin McDougal, when he said no significance at 15, his dad, Dr. Walter, was in the meeting. He said, son, that's Bart Starr's number. That's the reason we picked it. First down, Notre Dame. Here's Becton. And he leans across the 38 to the 37-yard line. John Nance pulls him down. Remember Lee Becton, second play of the USC game here at Notre Dame. He went some 70 yards. We asked him about it yesterday. He said, I'm not that fast, but when you're scared, you run a little faster.
Well, he's been so scared. He's had 400-yard games coming into this one. If he could get his 5th 100-yard game today, he would tie the all-time Notre Dame record set by Alan Pinkett.
Second down and 5. He now has 11 yards and 4 carries in the ballgame.
Notre Dame continues to flex out their tight end, trying to get a mismatch in the secondary.
Pass is complete to Clint Johnson. And let's see where they mark it. They're going to spot it at the 32-yard line. And that is close to the first down marker. We may be looking at another measurement. Corey Sawyer is the man who brought him down.
Trying to spread Florida State out a little bit, just a little out route. Once again, nice throw right on the money. Good job of holding on to the ball when he gets his legs taken out from under him. Interesting, the discussion was amongst the cognoscenti there at Notre Dame that if they threw the ball like Florida State did, they felt like their receivers were just as good, but they didn't have to because they ran the ball so effectively. Easier said than done.
Yes, of course. First down. Kevin McDougal has now completed 3 of 4 for 35 yards. He's been averaging 15 passes a game. Who said we may go to 25 a game. We asked Kevin McDougal about it. He said, well, my dad always counted me down 3, 2, 1, and I'd throw for the winning touchdown. What about this game? He said, this game is living your dream. First down, 32-yard line, Florida State. Seminoles lead it 7-0. Play action fake. Wide open pass is underthrown. bounced to Lake Dawson, and he was open, and Kevin knows it.
Hands on his head says it all. That was a play clearly that they had designed for the specific defense that Florida State had. They had a 3 wide receiver offense, and you're right. That's when he wishes he had back.
And Notre Dame was throwing on first down.
Which is a big surprise because when we did SC some 3 weeks ago, they had 19 straight times on first down that they ran the ball.
Second down and 10. Adrian Jarrell goes wide to the far side, and Derek Mays is the receiver wide to the near side. The tight end is Oscar McBride. He is split open. We're looking at a reverse on the pitch. It is Jarrell has 3 blockers in front to the 20. He's going to score. He does.
There's going to be a phalanx of blockers right here for Notre Dame. What happens with team speed a lot of times is you over-pursue, and that's exactly what happened to Florida State here. Look at the number of blue shirts downfield, only 2 white shirts that they have to get. They're completely outmanned. Jarrell, easy 32-yard touchdown.
And we'll be back with a kickoff. In a moment, we're tied at 7.
Hold on. I don't just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight the overnight.
Overnight it. Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with priority mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Good morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully, which is why you should bring your car to Jiffy Lube and ask for Pennzoil. Your car is worth thousands of dollars. Give it the quality of Pennzoil and the experience of Jiffy Lube.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change.
This is a credit card, so it's gold. Yahoo! I mean, no card is more accepted on the planet, but it doesn't make you some kind of celebrity. Actually, maybe it could. I mean, with Gold MasterCard's new Master Guest service, you can get free personal vacation planning assistance. And celebrities always have personal assistants. Master Guest can even save you up to 30% on great vacation packages. And celebrities are always getting special deals, so I guess Gold MasterCard could make you a celebrity. See you in the tabloids. Gold MasterCard, it's more than a gold card, it's smart money.
Yes, I got tickets to my show.
Let's go.
Stetson Cologne, easy to wear, hard to resist.
Where's that great smelling guy who got me here tonight?
I've got a front row seat here just for you.
Save right now. Buy 3 Goodyear tires at the regular price, get the 4th tire free. That's right. Buy any 3 of these Goodyear tires at the regular price and get the 4th free. 4 for 3 now. Hurry, sale ends soon. Dan Marino.
When I planted, when I was finishing my drop back, I felt like I got kicked or shot with a gun or something.
Randall Cunningham.
The thought was to cry and just, let the frustration out.
OJ has the story of these sideline superstars Sunday on NFL Live, followed by great football action.
I will be back next year, there's no doubt.
Bobby Bowden now tied 7-7. And Notre Dame will be kicking off to Florida State. Tamarick Vanover is the deep return man. Now, last year he averaged just over 51 yards per return. So naturally, this year, he's had only one kick to it. And he returned it for 25 yards. Lou Holtz says, we're going to kick to it. And he catches it at the 6-yard line. He is out to the 20. Nice little fake up the sideline. Across the 30, down around the 32-yard line. Berry makes the tackle. Let's go down to O.J.
After that scoring play by Notre Dame, Mickey Andrews, the defensive coordinator of Florida State, really went after Brooks, the All-American linebacker. He was telling him, play your responsibility first, then get after the ball. I think he was telling him, don't get too anxious, don't over-pursue. Charlie?
And we're looking at it, and he certainly did over-pursue, Todd.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He has to stay at home. There's no way he's going to run that down from the backside. If he stays at home, he has a 5-yard loss on the tackle. Instead, it's a touchdown for Notre Dame.
Sean Jackson is the remaining back with Charlie Ward from the 32-yard line. And the swing is to Sean in the near flat. He drops it at the 31.
Lou Holtz was talking about his keys to victory with regards to the offense of Florida State. Here are some of the key things. Hold Ward to 10 net rushing yards, and what that meant is that they had to sack him if he got a big run. Limit FSU to 50 yards after the reception, and of course hold them under 100 yards rushing. Now in the first 2 points in the first series, Charlie Ward already has 34 yards rushing, and the receivers already have 32 yards after the catch.
Ward to throw. Over the middle, and the coverage pass is complete. And this is Tamarick Vanover with the reception. And Brian McGee, the nickelback for Notre Dame, makes the tackle.
Charlie Ward throws it in a crowd. Once again, zone defense on the part of Notre Dame. Vanover finds his way behind the linebackers. Look at all the blue shirts, and look at how he threaded the needle. What a throw by Ward.
And it's a first down at the 44-yard line. And Warwick Dunn, the freshman from Baton Rouge, makes his first appearance in the ballgame. Dunn's open, pass is behind him, and he dropped it. That was Charlie Ward, though. He fired it, and he threw it behind him.
The reason they brought in Dunn is, first of all, Jackson keeps running that loop route, and I'm sure that he's tired. Dunn in the open field is dynamic. He's the one they want to get the ball out here because of the drops of the linebackers. Look at how much room he had to run. If Ward is able to lead it, as you say, Charlie, he's frustrated. That was a bad throw on the part of Charlie Ward. He points to himself. Yeah, it's my fault. Should have led you.
Going to his roommate there, but they don't talk a lot. We asked Ward, said, is it quiet in your room?
No, you asked him, you said, you guys talk a lot more than everybody says, and he said, true.
Now he throws, pass is complete. This will be a first down. He goes to Matt Pryor downfield. John Covington, the senior, has the cover.
The one thing that you see here, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn here with regards to comparing him to Joe Montana, but that's exactly what Montana does that makes him so good. Watch now. Oh, he's going to run. There's no way he can throw. There it is. Off the wrong foot. He delivers the ball right on the money to Pryor. Great play by Ward.
At the Notre Dame 43-yard line. And it is a first down. Formation, and William Floyd is in as the fullback. Charlie throws out a spin outside by Pryor down the sideline, and he is bumped out of bounds. Back-to-back first downs for the Seminoles. Justin Goheen makes the play, a gain of 15.
Sean Wood in the corner, who had him on that play, is the nickel back, not normally in there. A little bit of a hook route, gets in the ball. Look at a little 360 move, cuts to the outside. Wooden right there gets faked out. Pryor getting some extra yardage needed by the Seminoles there.
The ball at the 27-yard line of Notre Dame. The Irish now with 6 defensive backs. Ryan Hamilton checking back into that defensive line. And it's the first down for Florida State. Ball game tied 7-7 with 3.5 minutes left to go first period. Charlie Ward, good protection over the middle and through the hands of the intended receiver, Kes McCarvey. It'll be second down and 10.
We mentioned earlier that the great yards per play percentage that Charlie Ward has, averaged 7.4 yards per play. That's the team. Charlie Ward himself averages nearly 8 yards per play. Now today, it is approximately 11 yards per play for Charlie Ward, and that includes incomplete passes.
Second down and 10. Just outside the 27-yard line. And we've got an official's time call. This may be the only time this afternoon it will be quiet.
Yeah,
Here
I
at
think you're
Notre
right.
Dame Stadium. So savor the moment.
Interesting here in the second drive, Charlie, even though they were successful with the fast break, they've gone back a little bit to some of the I formation, trying to throw some different wrinkles with the Notre Dame defense.
Charlie Ward, 8 of 11, 84 yards in the touchdown pass.
And those 3 incompletions we might add were drops. Otherwise, he might be perfect at this point.
Second and 10. He goes downfield. It is almost intercepted. Jeff Burrow, who had a dream Thursday night that he would have an interception, that he would return for a touchdown, almost had his dream come true.
Bad throw here on the part of Charlie Ward. He should have taken off and run. He saw Fryer open, but he didn't see Burris playing center field, who came over. Ball, fortunately for him, a little bit high, and Burris couldn't bring it down.
So it is third down and 10.
One of the strengths of the Florida State team is their third down percentage, over 57%.
Ward to throw, and he is sacked.
This is a big sack for a lot of reasons. Not only is it only the 7th time he's been sacked all year, but it takes him out of field goal range, because you would have had to figure with the win, they would have attempted approximately a 46-yard kick, but they're going to anyway.
With Scott Bentley, the young man who was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
This sends a message, Charlie, twofold. One is that, yes, I have confidence in my young kicker, and 2, I have confidence in my defense, because if he misses, it's going to be great field position for Notre Dame.
54 yards. And it is no good. Wide right.
Don't forget that O.J. Simpson pointed out that during practice he missed his last 9. Plenty of distance on that one with the wind. But as was mentioned by Charlie, hurt so many times there at Florida State, wide right. Ball sails clear into the stands. Don't forget, this is a man that kicked 10 field goals over 60 yards when he was in high school. So he certainly has the leg. Take a look at his reaction here as he punches it just to the right. He knows he has the distance. Come on, come back, come back, come back, come back. No, not going to happen.
And Notre Dame takes over at their own 36-yard line. First down, we're tied at 7. Lee Beckton. Beckton, head fake outside, comes back inside, first down. 14 yards for Lee Beckton. Piston Abraham with the tackle.
Offensive line showing their dominance once again at the line of scrimmage. Take a look at the white shirts. Look at the gap that Beckton gets, and watch the block at the top of your screen by Lake Dawson. Look at the persistence of the wide receiver right there, pushing the safety out of the way, enabling Beckton to get the first down. Great job downfield blocking by the receivers for Notre Dame.
2 minutes left to go. First quarter tied at 7. And Ray Zellers, the fullback. He'll pick up close to 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. John Nance with the tackle.
Interesting point. Even though Notre Dame does not have this in their arsenal, this would be a good time for them maybe to go with the no huddle. They certainly have Florida State's defense on its heels and reeling. They're doing exactly what it is they want to do.
And as Lou Holtz told us that as you look at the yards per carry of Lee Beckton, Randy Kinder, and Ray Zellers, that is their average on the year. Lou said they want Florida State to think these guys just won't go away. You know, we're going to be there all afternoon. And here is the pitch to Beckton. Stops, reverses, cuts back inside the 40, 39. First down, Notre Dame.
3 different occasions now, the secondary tackling for Florida State has been bad, and Brooks is down.
And Brooks comes up limping.
Brooks is there at the end of the play. I think his foot got tied underneath him. This would be quite a blow for Florida State if he can't return.
And Becton is stunned. He comes out. Here's the hit.
Here's number 10. He gets blocked in one hand. Take a look at the left leg. He folds back on that ankle. Both Zellers and Becton were on top of that leg. Oh, a double whammy. Watch the angle. Take a look at the left leg. Gets stuck. Zellers blocking him, and then Becton at the end. It'll test the flexibility of that quadricep as the ankle folds underneath.
And Randy Kinder replaces him. He's the ball carrier. He tries the left side. From the 39-yard line, he's going to pick up a couple to the 37. It'll be second down and long. Notre Dame has now rushed to this point for 99 yards.
Derek Brooks getting his ankle looked at. Hopefully for him, if he's Brazilian, it's just folded back. A lot of times when his cleats are stuck, that's what happens. And Becton over on the sidelines, evidently he's painful as well.
Oh, he was stunned. He was stunned, and they helped him out. Second down and 8, 37-yard line. First quarter winding down. And we have a flag down. Randy Kinder, the ball carrier. He's the freshman from East Lansing. Notre Dame players saying that Florida State lined up offside.
More than likely they'll take that and get the down back. Clearly at this point, Mickey Andrews, defensive coordinator for the Florida State Seminoles, has to reconsider some of his fronts. They have some big gaps up front, and they might want to consider going with a few more of their 8-man fronts. But what Lou Holtz has done as we get the call.
We have offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
What Lou Holtz has done, much to the surprise of the Seminoles, is he's come out with some 3 wide receivers. And, of course, when you have 3 wides, that forces your safety to go out and play one of the wide receivers. That takes you away from the 8-man front. And that's one of the reasons why Notre Dame is running the ball so effectively.
Second down and 2, the ball at the 31-yard line. We're taking the countdown to the end of the first quarter. Notre Dame says, okay, we'll let it run out. Into the first period. We are tied at 7. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Opera fan, will you watch me, Rosie O'Donnell, host Saturday Night Live with special musical guest James Taylor?
Yes! It's Denver's biggest.
It's Denver's best.
The minivan custom van sale at Cherry Creek Dodge. That means over 200 caravans as low as $14,699. Grands, LEs, front-wheel drives, all-wheel drives. Take your pick from only $189 a month. Even custom vans as low as $18,588. And get this, $3,000 cash back on all 93. You really can't own a van as low as $189 a month. But don't wait. A sale like this happens only once and only at Feeling Dodge Cherry Creek Dodge. Don't miss it.
You're feeling good because you're at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. They're cooking riblets in the kitchen and the chicken's starting to sizzle. The salads are cold, but fajitas are hot. And everything else is just too cool. Things are definitely falling into place. So you settle back and think, hey, the people are fun, the food is hot, the place is cooking.
Things are really cooking at America's favorite neighbor, Applebee's.
Big Dog 92.5 is giving away some serious cash.
Charlie, Big Dog's giving away $100,000 cash between now and Christmas. Listen for Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places. We're friends. We've been in low places. Let's team up and win $100 grand. Me again. Don't forget to leave the radio on Big Dog 92.5 all day. Listen for Garth. It's $100,000, buddy. Don't let me down. Charlie, Garth's on Big Dog 92.5 right now.
$100,000. One time, one winner. Big Dog 92.5.
Where there was once only a place to sit, there's now a convenient place to relax. Where there was once only unusable space, there's now an ingenious storage system of interchangeable bins, trays, and cargo netting. Where there was once only upholstery, there's now a place for an office. And where there was once only a truck, there's now Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
Experience how the rules have changed. Take the ultimate test drive at your nearest Dodge dealer.
Get real. Weeknights on Denver's TV 20.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Stadium. Let's go down to O.J. Simpson.
Well, the bad news is Derek Brooks, All-American linebacker, slightly sprained his ankle. They retaped it. He wears three-quarter shoes. He's sitting in the locker room to get his high-top shoes for better support. I asked him, could he go? He says, I got to get my high-top shoes, and I just have to see, Juice. Dockery, what's the news over on the Notre Dame side?
OJ, let me tell you that Lee Beckton came off. It looked like he had a hip pointer, but it isn't that. Dr. Will Yergo told me it was more of a bruised rib. You see Beckton back in the game. He's going to try it. We'll see what happens. Charlie?
Thank you, Doc. The power of Notre Dame. 12 rushes, 99 yards, averaging 8.3 yards a carry.
Clearly, Florida State is going to have to make some adjustments on defense in more ways than one. If Brooks can't go, needless to say, they've got to go with another player. But they've got to get up front, and they've got to shorten their gaps a little bit. Take a look at the white shirts there and the gaps that they have there. That's what Notre Dame is finding. Big holes there to run through.
Second and 2, 31-yard line. Back to the tailback. The give is to the fullback, Ray Zellers. And he may get a half a yard. That's about all that he's going to get. Nance again on the play along with Ken Alexander. Alexander told us as we look now at Derek Brooks, he said, we love the hostile crowd. They really pump us up.
I was about to say, that's when you're a big star, when somebody else ties your shoes for you. You know you're an All-American candidate when they tie your shoes for you. You don't have to do it yourself.
Third down and 2. Florida State was short a man, and he arrives in the secondary as Beckton goes over the top.
He's short.
And Corey Sawyer, I believe, was late coming in, as Florida State only had 10 men defensively on the field, and meanwhile, Lake Dawson came down to lay a rolling block on him.
I don't see the drama in this at all. If you're averaging 8 yards a carry and you've had 100 yards in the first quarter rushing, what's the debate? You're going to go for it here.
So the change will come out for the measurement.
I think the crowd senses that too. There's no big so they're going to go for it on fourth. Clearly, if they don't get it, they're going for it.
About half a yard. Wide receiver, punter, and touchdown scorer Adrian Jarrell checks into that offensive set. Dawson comes out. A double tight end for Plevic and McBride.
I run behind number 75. I think that's a no-brainer.
Quarterback sneak as McDougal tries to backpedal, and he may not have made it.
Boy, I tell you what.
The Seminoles say that they have held.
They have, if that's the spot. Boy, oh boy, I don't understand that call at all. Lou Holtz is definitely going to be second guessed on this. As we mentioned up to this point, as Charlie pointed out, 8.3 yards per rush. You haven't run a quarterback sneak. You've got guys in the back. You got an offensive line that averages 295. You've got guys averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Why would you try a quarterback sneak? Look at this. He doesn't actually get the snap terribly well there, and that enables Florida State to jump on top. They did not give him that second motion. They said that he stopped him on initial point. And he's going to be short.
And Florida State holds. They take over on down.
It appears that he doesn't really get the snap well. Take a look. Take a look where he catches it. Look, he bobbles it right there. Look at that. He bobbles it, and then he runs over the top. Great play there on the part of number 40 for Florida State, who jumped in the middle and made that play. Excellent play. And they didn't give him that second movement at the end, and that enables Florida State to get the ball. Alonzo Horner is the man that made the play on the interior to knock McDougal back.
So Florida State starts at their own 30-yard line, first down. John Jackson is the remaining back with him. They have 4 wide receivers on the set. And moving into the wind offensively, and it is incomplete. And that wind is really starting to whip around Notre Dame Stadium. We've had gusts to 20 and above, knocks the intended receiver. You can tell from the flag what the wind is actually doing here.
Thomas Knight, defensive end, got his left hand up and got a piece of that.
And that is an anemometer.
You did it.
I was told.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. No, it isn't easy for me to say. Second down and 10. One thing the wind has done, it has blown the clouds away. caution on behalf of the quarterback. Flanagan is there to cover him. I mentioned number 77, Jesus Hernandez from Miami is there. Well, when he was 8 years old, his mother held him between his knees from Cuba to Key West. 18 hours on the high seas. And his mom, Idalia Sanabria, 3 jobs, has a cafeteria, La Cata. She has it closed down today. She's watching in Miami. Third down and 7.
Only 3 rushing this time, it appears. They're going to have 8 in the secondary.
A 360 move. Throws on the run. It is incomplete. Tamarick Vanover, the intended receiver. Again, Notre Dame going with 6 defensive backs. The Irish hold.
Good call on the part of Rick Minner to go with the extra defensive backs. They've been able to generate some pressure, this time with only 3 people, 3 men on the rush. And they forced Charlie Ward to come out of the pocket. And even if Vanover comes up with the catch there at the end, he would have been short of the first down. Now Sean Lissu's been hurt this year. This is a good opportunity for Notre Dame to get some field position as Lissu's going to have to kick into the wind.
And the return man is Michael Miller.
And he's standing, Charlie, about 30 yards away. And that's why.
And is taken at the 39-yard line. Just a yard on the return to the 40. 28 yards on the kick. A couple of yards on the return. We'll step aside. The magic number is 7. We're tied.
Here is the Subaru Legacy L sedan that you can lease for $199 a month. Here is the Subaru Legacy L sedan that you can buy with up to $3,000 in savings. Both come equipped with features like 4-wheel disc brakes, driver's side airbag, air conditioning, and power windows, mirrors, and door locks. So come into a Subaru dealer and test drive a new Legacy, like the one here that you can lease for only $199 a month. Or was that the one you can buy with up to $3,000 in savings? Anyway, you better hurry. This is a limited time offer.
On November 19th, Paramount Pictures invites you to welcome back the family.
Regeneration. Above ground.
To experience their passions, celebrate their charm, and embrace their values.
Did you see that?
Adam's Family Values.
We're not shy. We're contagious.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, November 19th at theaters everywhere.
What are you doing here, buddy?
You invited me to lunch.
I did? Honey, the date's here for lunch.
He is? Oh, Ed.
Because today we got a little problem here.
No lunch, huh? Well, we can go to Wendy's.
Yes!
Luckily, Wendy's has a 99-cent super value menu with delicious junior bacon cheeseburgers, chili, baked potatoes, and biggie fries. And for just $1.99, get our hamburger kids meal.
We ought to have lunch here all the time.
We do.
We do.
Wendy's, you don't pay more, you just get more.
Have you ever opened doors
I'm home.
with the sound of your voice? Our card, please. Carried your medical history in your wallet. Your wife's going to be just fine.
So this is where we stand on the atrium.
Or attended a meeting
I really like what you guys have been doing, but
in your bare feet.
I may have a few other ideas.
You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
Notre Dame football is brought to you by the United States Postal Service. We deliver for you. By Subaru, what to drive. By Wendy's Super Value Menu and Value Price Kids Meal. There's something for everyone. And by Cotton Incorporated for America's cotton producers. Cotton, the fabric of our lives.
The Leprechaun and 13:03, time remaining. First half tied at 7. Number 1, Florida State. Number 2, Notre Dame. The Irish have the ball, first down at their own 40-yard line.
And you have to wonder if Derek Brooks is hurt a little more than he's letting on. He's trying to flex and trying to get ready. But hey, you know, it doesn't do any good on the sideline. He's got to do it on the field.
Play action fake. Going deep. Cutting back inside and diving is Derek Mays. It is incomplete. Tristan Abraham had the coverage, and he tried to pin him against the sideline.
Had great coverage there. They went for the distance. We mentioned the great cover corners in the tradition of people like Terrell Buckley, Deion Sanders, Leroy Butler, Bobby Butler, Abraham. Great coverage there. Miller never had a chance.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. play action fake and deep over the middle. This pass is complete to Clint Johnson. First down, Notre Dame. Gain of 16 yards.
Well, we talked about Abraham before, but this time Clint Johnson with the deep in route. Abraham gives him a little bit too much respect as he slides to the middle. He thinks he has help. He curls up underneath the zone. The middle backers weren't back far enough, and Abraham has to make the tackle, but not before he gets the first down.
At the 44-yard line of Florida State. Inside, to mark it at the 40-yard line. James Roberson with the tackle.
One of the things about the offensive line for the Irish, everybody talks about how big and how strong they are. That's not all. They're bright, too. Take a look at the grade point average of the offensive linemen. A cumulative of about 3.35. Tim Ruddy there with the perfect mark. He is outstanding. And don't forget, we'll get a chance to give it to you later, his class load is not basket weaving by any stretch of the imagination.
Notre Dame over the century mark rushing, and here is Becton, and he just keeps going. 30-yard line, first down, Notre Dame. Tyron Marion and Tristan Abraham with the stop.
Again, we give a lot of compliments to the offensive line of Notre Dame, but truly the secondary and linebackers of Florida State are not making the tackles. Look right here. Becton gets stopped right here. Arm tackles. He's able to spin out of the arm tackle of Ken Alexander and get the first down.
At the Florida State 30-yard line. Right side to the 26. Roberson with the stop.
We mentioned Tim Ruddy's course load and the fact that he's just not cruising by. Take a look at some of these categories and some of the classes that Ruddy has. Statistical quality methods, robotics, business principles for engineers, mechanical engineering for senior project. I tell you what, it's hard enough just to say it, let alone the fact that this guy's going to the classes. And look at that. Perfect. 4.0 out of 4.0 the last 2 semesters.
And his secret project, an announcer robotic. We have to watch that man.
That's right.
He's dangerous. Second down and 6. Becton. He is clear. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. To attempt the point after. And it is good. Dead. Solid. Perfect. 60 yards. 60 plays. And Notre Dame leads 14-7.
Strong side of the left sideline. Take a look at Zadameski, and then coming off is Tanner, who bumps the linebacker. Look at the hole. But that enables Becton to cut through. That's just a huge hole. He doesn't have to be blazing fast with those kind of gaps. And he lopes into the end zone.
And we'll be back with a kickoff in a moment.
You'll be shocked. You'll be stunned. You'll be outraged. If you miss it. Madonna, live down under, The Girly Show, only on HBO. You never know what she's gonna do. You just want to be there when she does it.
It's going on now.
The biggest,
the best money savings event of the year.
It's our Subaru dealer's silver anniversary celebration.
Every Legacy,
including wagons,
on sale.
Every Subaru Impreza,
every Subaru Justice,
every SVX,
every Subaru is up for grabs.
During our silver anniversary celebration, you'll save up to $3,000 on select Legacy L's, including wagons.
Subaru, the best-selling import wagon 11 years straight.
Special announcement:
you can lease Legacy L for 36 months for only $199 a month.
Hurry!
Don't wait
and don't delay.
Get to your Subaru dealer's silver anniversary celebration today.
The Gulf of Mexico
where world-class fishermen like Jim come to battle the big boys.
Jim, you got one.
Yeah, hey, this calls for a celebration. How about a cold O'Doul?
Thanks.
Only 70 calories and non-alcohol. Because out here, you never know what's biting.
When you want the refreshing taste of beer without all the alcohol, think O'Doul's. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
Now, for the first time ever, official 1993 Irish football trading cards with full-color portraits and stats of selected Notre Dame football players. Collect them in 3 ways. Choose one of 4 18-card sets for $5.95. Order the full 72-card collector set for $18. Or get a limited edition, numbered, uncut printer sheet for $29. Call 1-800-GO-IRISH for your selection of 1993 Irish football trading cards. Hurry, this is a limited offer. Call 1-800-GO-IRISH.
Next Saturday, quarterback Glenn Foley leads Big East rival Boston College against Notre Dame in the Irish's regular season finale. Notre Dame football is home on NBC.
This is only the second time this year that Florida State has trailed in a ball game. They trailed North Carolina 7-0 early in that ball game. They went on to win it 33-7. This afternoon, number 1 against number 2, Florida State trails Notre Dame. The score is 14-7. And Kevin Pendergast will be kicking off.
Very interesting. Last time when they kicked off, they kept everybody bunched in the same spot, which is difficult for the returners. This time they go to a more standard fair and stretch out all 10.
Vanover to the end zone. Touchback will bring it out to the 20-yard line.
Lou Holtz talked yesterday about that he had to have his offensive linemen slide to the linebackers and come down, not just attack them. Watch, you're going to see Taylor leave the first backer. He's going to leave it for McBride to come down. The lead block by Zellers kicks the man out. Just outstanding line play by Notre Dame. And that slide blocking there, enabling Beck to look at that hole, and there's no secondary support. Once again, Lake Dawson, great blocking downfield. Beck can practically walk in for the score.
Florida State allowing only 2 rushing touchdowns in the previous 9 games. They have allowed 2 today. The power of the Irish.
And that's what the defensive coaches are talking about right there to the interior man. They're sliding to you. You have to make the adjustments.
John Jackson, now this is a backward pass, and he wants to throw again. Now he throws another backward pass. This is to Charlie Ward. He slips and falls at the 6. It was a double backward pass. They could throw off of it. They'll lose 14. 6-yard line.
Bobby Bowden is known for his gimmicks, but this is just not a good time to do it. It sends a message to your team, hey, we're down by 7 in a hostile place. This is what we have to resort to. I don't like this play at all, especially in your own territory. And right there, because he slips, huge loss.
So the ball is at the 6-yard line, and it is 2nd down and 24. And should Notre Dame hold Florida State, the Seminoles will be kicking into the wind. Charlie Ward, in zone, goes deep, has a man behind the secondary, underthrows and intercepted John Covington. We have a flag down.
Some altercations at the end of the play. It was talked about the fact that the wind was going to be a big concern to the passing attack of Charlie Ward, and in this case, that's exactly what it was. He had him open for the touchdown, but he couldn't get him the ball.
His first interception in 159 attempts. Here is the report on the flag.
Dead ball foul after change of possession against the defense. It'll be 1st down, 15 yards.
A costly 15-yard penalty against Florida State.
The ball is beaten down by the interception. Here he rolls out. He looks to the outside, but then he comes back to the post. He airs it out, but he throws off the wrong foot. Look at that. Off the right foot, he can't generate any power. Look, Knox is open for the touchdown, but the combination of him throwing off the wrong foot and into the wind enables Covington to make the interception.
The interception plus the penalty. Post-reaction.
He's saying no, 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 and then all of a sudden, yes, yes, yes. Okay, now we'll go back the other direction. Play is over. Charlie Ward comes up. He's a defender. Gets hit twice by both backers.
Beckton. He tries the left side. The line of scrimmage is the 23-yard line following the interception in the 15-yard penalty. Devin Bush with the tackle. Notre Dame on top, 14-7, 9:22. That is the time remaining in the first half. A gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5. Let's go down to O.J. Simpson.
Well, the situation with Derek Brooks, he wants to be in there now, but he's having trouble with his shoes. He switched to high tops with cleats. He didn't like the cleats. Now he's going to high tops with an artificial turf bottom. Back to you.
And in the meantime, O.J., they just had 2 series. Forget the cleats and get out there and play.
And here is Beckton, and he will be dropped for a loss by Derek Alexander.
Am I wrong, Charlie? I mean, come on, forget what the cleats are if they're exactly right. This is the biggest game of the year, #1 versus 2. Game of the century. You're worried about whether or not the cleats are just right? Man, oh man, come on.
A loss of 3 on the play. It'll be third down and 8 yards to go as Michael Miller and Clint Johnson come in.
I was going to say, in the meantime, Charlie, this is a pretty big defensive stand for Florida State. If they can force Notre Dame to kick a field goal, that can shift the momentum.
Third and long, play action. Here is the throw. It is caught. First down. Michael Miller, the junior from Missouri City, Texas.
This is where an underthrow pass actually pays off. Take a look at Miller on the slap. The ball be thrown behind him. And as Bush comes over, if he led him perfectly, Bush would have been able to make the play. Instead, the ball is thrown behind. Miller comes back, and his body is between Bush and the football. Otherwise, Bush can make that play.
Paul Fela is now the quarterback. This is the goal line offense. And the give is to Jeff Burris. Burris into the end zone, touchdown.
Course of the game, took time to go to Charlie Ward, the star quarterback. They relax, Charlie. Just play your game. We can get back in this game. Charlie?
Thank you, O.J. This week, Lou Holtz held tryouts on Tuesday for soccer players to kick off in this ball game. He couldn't find anybody. He went back to his soccer player, Kevin Pendergast, who was drafted off of the soccer team in 1991. And he has been booming the kickoff. This one, though, is low. This will be taken by the upback. That's Warwick Dunn, and Dunn stretches as he tries to make his cut. One thing that Lou Holtz told us yesterday, there are certain sections of this field that can be slippery. This has slick grass.
And clearly the field position advantage has been Notre Dame's here in the second quarter. If Dunn doesn't slip 27 yards, they could have been out to about the 37. They really needed him to stay up on his feet.
So Florida State will start at their own 27-yard line, first down.
Now, who would have guessed at this point, Charlie, there would have been 21-7 Notre Dame?
Very few.
Very few.
Including the most stalwart Notre Dame rooters. We'll see what the Seminoles can do. They're the #1 team in the country. There's a reason they're #1. And Charlie Ward into the wind. He rolls, sets, he throws into coverage, and it's almost picked off. Jeff Burris almost had his interception. Kez McCorvey is the intended receiver.
Burris is able to read his eyes. Once he rolls left, there's only one place he can go. Come back there, he comes to the corner, and there's Burris. He's able to cut right to the ball, almost gets it.
Is Florida State going against what they've done this year? Normally, it is a short, controlled passing game. Trying to get it all back at once. That could be dangerous.
And that's a very good point, too, especially when they're going into the wind. They're better off to throw the short and intermediate routes.
6 consecutive incompletions for Charlie Ward. Charlie told us, my job is to spread the ball around, keep all my receivers happy. Right now, none of them are happy. They trail 21-7. Here is the pitch to Sean Jackson. And Brian Hamilton leads the Irish. It'll be third down. We look down at Notre Dame Stadium from the Goodyear Blimp Spirit of Akron. This is the 74th. Can you realize that consecutive year the Goodyear Blimps have been covering America's top sporting events? I know what you're going to say, that I did the first one. I knew it.
No.
You were thinking it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you got me there.
3rd down and 12. And we have time call. On 3rd down, a high conversion, 57%. Notre Dame, that's low, 38%.
Ever since Charlie Ward was sacked on that second series, the Florida State offense has not been the same.
Florida State 1 for 3, rolls around and is dropped by Brian Young. Second sack.
He actually blocks Bryant Young into him. Take a look in the middle on the left of your screen. Here comes Young. Now watch. He'll get in. 66 will block him right into Charlie Ward. He doesn't know that Charlie is spinning out. He assumes he's still in the pocket.
How important that sack. It is 4th and 25, kicking into the wind. Pretty good catch. Not a bad catch. And a fair catch is called and fumbled by Michael Miller, and then he falls on it. A 32-yard kick, but Notre Dame has excellent field position at the 43-yard line of Florida State.
You know, I was watching the ball in the air and just absolutely dive. This wind really does have an effect. Miller drops it, but he's the guy right there. He's got it.
We'll step aside. We'll be back in a moment. Notre Dame. Coley O'Brien's pass to Bob Gladjo was the only Notre Dame touchdown on the day. They finished a disappointing 10-10 tie. You remember that one? Notre Dame did have the ball on their own 30 with time to run a few plays, but Coach Ara Persesian elected to fall on the ball, take the tie, and he took a lot of criticism for that decision. The next week, Notre Dame went on to beat SC 51-0. Beckton on the pitch out, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage. No, he's going to lose a yard. From the 43 to the 44, it'll be 2nd down and 11. John Nance with the stop.
Remember earlier in the game we talked about the keys to victory and how it appeared that Florida State has gotten off to such a great start. Look at the rushing yards today in college football. A sack goes against your rushing yards. Ward only 1 yards after the reception, you see, and the total rushing yards for Florida State doesn't look like they're going to get 100 yards today.
2nd down and 11. Play action fake. Has a man wide open. It's Lake Dawson, and he drops it. Oh.
Interesting, though, Charlie. That's the kind of young man he is. He doesn't stay there and pound on the grass or complain about it. He bounces right up, and he hasn't had that many opportunities. He's the leading receiver for the Irish with 19 catches. Clearly there you saw him look upfield. He was running before he had it.
And as Lake Dawson told us a couple of weeks ago, he said at Notre Dame, every pass is critical, as is every catch. This is a drop. 3rd down and long.
But he won't make excuses.
McDougal, 5 of 9, 67 yards. Good drop, throws, almost picked off.
Lucky to get that one back.
Corey Sawyer was going for the interception. It'll be 4th down.
Charlie, this is the first time that Notre Dame has been stopped really by Florida State. You recall in the first drive of the game, Zellers dropped the pass that certainly would have given them the first down. Since that time, 3 straight touchdowns. This is the first time legitimately Florida State has held.
Interestingly enough, coming into that series, Notre Dame had rushed for 152 yards, and they were throwing in that series. And they, of course, had rushed for all 3 touchdowns. Adrian Jarrell will be kicking to Sawyer.
You want to second-guess Holtz after that 21-7?
No, I just was pointing out a okay. It's called a lower third by the announcer. This has just popped up in the air. Fair catch is called for. And fakes, and it goes into the end zone. That was a great fake by Sawyer.
That was.
Yeah, he moved under it and let it go into the end zone for the touchback. Be sure to stay with us at halftime for the Prudential Update Show. Hannah Storm will bring you up to date the scores and highlights.
As well as Bobby Bowden, the offensive brain trust of Florida State, to establish the running game. There's 5 minutes left in the first half. Yeah, you're down by 2 touchdowns, but you have the entire second half to go. Plenty of time to still establish the run.
Charlie Ward's last 8 pass attempts, 5 incompletes, 1 interception, 2 sacks. And you're right, he goes to William Floyd, the fullback. took the tackle at the 30, then bumped out of bounds, and then across the bench of Notre Dame.
Whoa.
He'll pick up 18 yards on the play.
And he's down.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that was awfully close to a late hit. He is down. Ah, nuts. Come on.
Watch out, here we go. All right.
Hey, you didn't see something like that happen.
Give room, guys.
Talked about establishing the run, and here it is. Cutting to the outside. Here comes Floyd. Let's see at the end of the play. Bounces to the outside. Is he out of bounds when he gets pushed? No. No, he just watches.
Continuing.
At the end of the play, what happens there is that the sidelines inevitably are much slicker. And look at this. He gets up, gets the cheers from the Notre Dame players as well. Bounces off, hits the back of his head. That's cement right there. That's not sod anymore. Watch at the end of the play. Right there, the little tarp right there, that's very slick. Bounces right there, hits the back of his head right there. That's cement there. That's not turf anymore, and I'm sure he's got a little bit of a headache. Fortunately, he's up and all right. Thank goodness.
Justin Goheen making the hit with Travis Davis. The ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. And a first down for Florida State. 4:54. That is the time remaining in the first half. Florida State trailing in the ballgame by a score of 21-7. They're down by 14. And here is the give off underneath. This time it's Sean Jackson. Jackson to the 49-yard line. Greg Lane with the tackle, and it'll be back-to-back first downs for Florida State on the ground.
Once again, underneath handoff, good fake by Charlie Ward. Of course, because of the number of times they've been throwing early in the game, you've got your linebackers, and their first step is backwards, and that enables them to get another first.
Florida State rushes 11, 31 yards, only a 2.8-yard average. Remember, Sean Jackson carries a 7-yard average, and Warwick Dunn carries an 8.2-yard rushing average.
30 of those just came in those last 2 carries.
And here is Ward. He fires. Pass is complete. Kevin Knox, ball is loose, and Notre Dame has it. Second turnover of the ball game, Pete Bursich. And when we talked to him yesterday, he talked about his entrance into the stadium, and it gave us goosebumps.
And it's Flanagan is the man who comes from the defensive line. Great hustle on the part of the defensive tackle, number 44, who strips the ball. Knox kicks it, and Bursich makes the recovery in the secondary. Watch the hustle from the left of your screen by number 44, Flanagan. That's the left hand that gets in there and strips the ball away.
A first down at the 33-yard line. That is the line of scrimmage, so it will be second down. Ken Alexander with the tackle.
Knox can't be too happy with himself. Has his head down. The assistant coach is trying to perk him up, but he knows that, boy, that was a good chance there. Good drive, first 2 plays, couple of first downs. He had another first down. You give Flanagan credit. He's the man. Hustled out, stripped him.
Second down and 6. And here is Beckton, and he is wrapped up. He's going to lose a yard on the play. John Rebold and Ken Alexander were there for the Seminoles. Now here's the young man we were talking about, Pete Bursich, who recovered the fumble, and he talked about the entrance here before a ball game, and when you come down the steps and you have signs that you touch as part of the tradition. And he said it's dark in the tunnel, and then you step out and into the sunlight, and it opens, and you're ready, and all those people are cheering for you. He said it's a great moment, part of the tradition here at Notre Dame Stadium. And the pass from McDougall is to Ray Zeller.
Ken Alexander had him in man coverage, and inevitably, if you have man coverage on the back, that means the screen pass is not going to work.
And a flag dropped back at the 29-yard line. Here's the call.
Have holding on the offense, 10 yards, front foul.
I think that Florida State's going to want to refuse that one. Get the ball back with about 2:40 left. See what they can do. 21-7. I certainly would not count out Charlie Ward in Florida State by any stretch of the imagination.
Penalty is refused. It is 4th down. Adrian Jarrell will be kicking to Corey Sawyer. And Jarrell is kicking with the wind. Continues to gust above 20 miles an hour.
Sawyer's smart. He's back up a little bit. He's only at about 40 yards right there. And now he does.
Not that good a kick. Notre Dame bounce.
That's a bad decision on the part of Sawyer. It's all well and good to say get out of the way, but he could have come over and made that play and saved him about 12 yards.
46 yards on the kick. Tomorrow, join us for NFL action starting at 12:30 with NFL Live. Jim Lampley, Mike Tabb. Florida State from their own 21-yard line. 5 in the secondary for Notre Dame. And Charlie Ward to throw. He fires this one over the middle to Kes McCorvey. And he's just across the 30. It's going to be shy of the first down.
Bounced back there if he'd have stayed. It was funny. He actually bounced back to avoid the tackle. If he stays where he is, he has the first down. Watch the middle of the field. McCorvey comes underneath. Nice moves there. Bounces back. As a result, McGee's able to tackle it before he can get the first.
Ryan McGee with his down. He's from Largo, Florida.
Charlie, it's interesting that when in the course of the game, if you're the offensive coach with Todd Massetti of Florida State, sometimes you get distracted and you're doing other things. This is the kind of thing that they did in the first drive. The short passes underneath. Ward just marched down the field. A periodic run.
And here is Sean Jackson. And he may not pick up the first down. He needed a yard. Greg Lane pulled him down.
And that's significant, too, because in getting the first down, what they're hoping to do is to stop the clock and regroup. Now, they're going to have to get the first down with another run, probably, before the clock can stop.
And they'll take a timeout. So Florida State will stop the clock. 1:25. That is the time remaining in the first half. With the score, Notre Dame 21 and Florida State 7. An opportunity to welcome more than 1 million U.S. service personnel in more than 130 countries around the world that are watching this game through Armed Forces radio and television service.
Bobby Bowden mentioned the fact that Florida State would not be intimidated by the tradition because of the fact that the ghosts of all these great players past, these guys were too young, but he understood it. To me, Notre Dame invented tradition in American college football. The anticipation has been the toughest I've ever been through. I've just wanted to throw everything aside and get to the game of the year. And I thought Charlie, interesting, when we talked to him, he was very candid about the fact that with the Maryland game last week, he said, maybe I shouldn't even have made the flight because I was truly looking past that game to this one.
Now, to put tradition in perspective, Florida State's first game was played in 1947. That same year, Notre Dame was winning their 3rd national championship and their 2nd Heisman Trophy.
Then again, I find it interesting, the quote that I heard throughout the week by Kes McCorvey when he said, yes, I'm aware of their tradition. I know who Rock Newtony is. And everybody busted up laughing. Well, I tell you what, at 21-7 at this point, I bet somebody's explained to him that it's Newt Rockne, partner.
.125, time remaining first half.
Very impressive there. The last 6 years, he's never been lower than 4th in the polls. Interesting when Bob Costas was talking with him earlier, despite all the great things he's done, he said he'd be incomplete without that national title.
3rd down and short. And it should be there. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to spot it almost to the 32-yard line. And so that will be the first down for William Floyd. And, of course, in college football, the clock stopped at the first down. Chains are set. Ball is placed on the hash mark. And we're ready to go. Boyd throws far side. Pass is complete to Mark Vanover. He did not get outside, so Charlie Ward has to take a timeout. Bobby Taylor had the coverage.
Talk about the short passing game. Notre Dame is content to let them do this. Let the people run underneath, make the 6- and 7-yard catches, and come up and make the hits. Vanover open there in the 7-yard area, breaks a tackle, but that's just taking time off the clock. Bobby Taylor content just to wrestle him down, keep him in bounds, and keep the clock running. And Charlie, with the wind in their face, I would guess that Florida State probably has to get to at least the 25 to be in field goal range.
And with the way the wind is blowing, I'm not sure that 25 would be close enough. Be sure to stay with us at halftime. The Prudential Update Show, Hannah Storm, will bring you up-to-date scores and highlights from around the nation. You'll find out what Coach Bobby Bowden's son is doing in his ball game. And Bob Costas will be on hand back here at Notre Dame Stadium to talk about the first half and to take a closer look at Charlie Ward. That's all coming up at halftime. There is a closer look at the freshman from Aurora, Colorado, Scott Bentley.
A lot of pressure on him after turning down Notre Dame and going to Florida State. He anticipated coming in here hearing some boos, but
nice visit with Orman Tallahassee.
Yeah.
He said, you know, when I told my story, I thought it was the only kind of recruiting story that went on. He said, I talked to a lot of other freshmen around the country, and they all had similar stories.
Well, when you lose somebody, you can't be happy about it.
The cover of Sports Illustrated with the young man Scott Bentley. And, of course, you know the story. Bobby Bowden said, you come here, you are our kicker. His dad, of course, a graduate of Notre Dame. We had contact before the snap. And I believe it was Brian Young. So that should cost Notre Dame 5 yards. Notre Dame has held Florida State to 39 total yards here in the second quarter.
Well, the wind truly has been a factor, needless to say. Ward so effective with the wind. Against the wind, nowhere near as effective.
The two head coaches study in contrast.
No flag, no contact.
And Lou's smiling for good reason. He's saying, wait a minute, there has to be. The ball wasn't snapped, the offensive lineman jumped back. Either that or he collided with him. It has to be one or the other. It can't be nothing. And he's right. Big look coming across, jumps across, but he doesn't make any contact. And of course the ball snaps on. Hey, it had to be something. Can't be nothing.
It is now officially nothing. Pass downfield is almost intercepted on the rebound by Jeff Burrows. McCorvey couldn't hold on to it, and neither could Jeff Burrows.
Charlie Ward, you can sense a little frustration. Normally very placid and calm. Puts the ball right on the money here. Very catchable. A little behind. McCorvey can't quite come up with it. And Burris, it surprised him that it hit him right there on the 9. That's not a drop. He didn't anticipate that.
Charlie Ward, 11 of 20, 118. A touchdown and an interception.
Don't forget that 5 for 5 of that was in the first drive, and since that time, Notre Dame's done an outstanding job defending him.
Third down and 4. And Ward goes for it all, and it is incomplete. Vanover, the intended receiver, Bobby Taylor, had the coverage. He ended up out of bounds. It'll be fourth down. 41 seconds left. Notre Dame could have one more opportunity. A block kick, possibility. Big return, another possibility.
That throw personifies the frustration of Charlie Ward and Florida State. 3rd and 4 with the short passing game that they have, and he throws a fly pattern. That shows right there that they're frustrated.
And what Notre Dame shows here is they do not think that Sean Liss is going to kick. They did not have a return man, and now the Irish take a timeout. 41 seconds. That is the time remaining here in the second quarter.
Now he's explaining to Burris, he says, why didn't you get back there? He says, well, wait a minute, you're supposed to put the punt return team on the field, Coach. That's not my fault.
Touchdown returns in the Holtz era. That's the last 8 years, including this year. 11 kickoffs, 9 punts, 11 interceptions, 1 fumble, a total of 32 opponents, a total of 3.
Well, what Lou Holtz is thinking about right here, and everybody knows that Bobby Bowden is a gimmick guy. We've seen this early in the game already with the backward pass and the double pass. You're absolutely right. I don't think he believes that he's going to punt. And so rather than, he's going to put his defense is still on the field, and what that defense is called safe.
You know what Bobby Bowden is doing here? He told me. I'm making my notes. He said, this is what I do. I'm making my notes right at the end of the half of what I'm going to say to the players at halftime. And he keeps writing. He has a lot to say. Sean Liss is the punter. And it is a kick, and he drives this one into the wind with nobody back, as we mentioned. And it'll be down at about the 16-yard line.
So that would tell you right there that Notre Dame is certainly content with their 14-point lead.
45 yards on the kick, and Notre Dame will just run out the clock here at the end of the first half.
And Paul Fela is the one who's asked to come out and do that. What, interesting?
That is interesting. They go with Paul Fela on the goal line offense. And now they go with him here, figuring short yardage. They're just going to run it out. He may just step back and down the ball.
I say interesting because he's cold and he's been on the bench. And sometimes you don't want to have your cold guy come out and have to take a snap.
And he comes to the near side, has the blocker in front, and he makes a move, and he comes to the outside. And he could well pick up the first down. 23 seconds still left. And a couple more moves like that, and Notre Dame's in field goal range. They have the wind in their favor as Charlie Ward looks on.
Well, I actually think Lou Holtz would have preferred that he stay in bounds.
And Bobby Bowden makes more notes for halftime. 28-yard line.
Lou Holtz isn't making any at all. He's got to like the way things have gone in the first half.
Fela hands off to Randy Kinder. John Nance wraps him up. And Florida State deferred, so they will receive. Notre Dame takes the win in the third quarter. I am a bit surprised by that call. They want to put Florida State away in this period. Here is Vanover on the return to the far side, the 20. Bobby Bowden said he needed a big return. He got a pretty good one after around the 25 or 26-yard line. But now the Seminoles offense going against the wind here in the third as they did in the second.
And in the first quarter with the wind, you can see the difference. The numbers for Charlie Ward very good in the first quarter with the wind. In the second quarter, needless to say, not quite so effective.
Now that is the top of the goalpost, so it's blowing. You can see it kind of whipping around. The winds are pretty true. This is not a very tricky stadium. We talked with John Carney, the Charger kicker, who, of course, was from Notre Dame. He said, you know, it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Since the grass sometimes is long, but you don't have to worry about tricky weather. And here is the direct snap to Sean Jackson. And he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Jim Flanagan makes the tackle. That, by the way, the first time that Sean Jackson has run that particular play this year, because in the past when the Seminoles have run it, Warwick Dunn, the freshman, has been in at that spot.
Interesting that you'd even mention that. That's a name that we have called hardly at all today, is Warwick Dunn, somebody who coming into this game had over 8 yards per carry. He has been a definite non-factor today for the Seminoles.
Jackson, 5 rushes, 15 yards. William Floyd is the fullback. Jackson carries behind the block to the 32-yard line. Gain of a couple, it'll be 3rd down and 5. What we're seeing here, I believe, is what Bobby Bowden said. They out-toughed us in the first half. We have to get tough with them. You get tough with your running attack.
Well, that's true, but again, you know, you wonder if the front line for Florida State is going to be able to do that. There's Rick Minner, who up to this point has made all the right moves as defensive coordinator for Notre Dame. See, sometimes, Charlie, you get in a rhythm, and right now the offensive linemen for Florida State are in a pass block rhythm.
3rd down. Incomplete, 35-yard line. Kevin Knox, intended receiver, and Greg Lane, bad ankle and all, had the coverage. It'll be 4th down.
Bad pass route by Knox, too. Even if he comes up with the ball, he's a little bit short. You got to figure third and 4. You've got to be able to get beyond the sticks.
So Sean Liss will be kicking into the wind. Michael Miller is the return man for Notre Dame. the 40-yard line of the Irish. Not a bad kick with all factors considered. And no return. 31 yards on the kick into the wind, and now for the first time in the second half, Notre Dame will move on offense, and they will carry the wind with them.
Well, it appears the decision to take the win was a good one, Charlie. I was surprised, too. I thought that Notre Dame would have wanted the win for the fourth quarter. But now up 21-7, they feel like that they can maybe put, you know, the death grip on Florida State if they can get a drive going here and score and go up 28-7.
The Fighting Irish have not turned the ball over now for the last 4 quarters.
4 games.
4 complete football games without a turnover. Ray Zellers, the fullback, is the ball carrier. And Derek Alexander makes the tackle for the Seminoles.
What Lou Holtz wants to do here is take some time off the clock. Don't look for Notre Dame to be in a big hurry to come out of the huddle, and look for them to run the ball.
Just about 3.
Not looking for the play action pass as much as they did in the first half now that they have the 2-touchdown lead.
Second down and 7. The pitch is to Beckton. He's around the corner, cuts to the outside at the 50. Close to the 45-yard line of Florida State. Ken Alexander stops him after a gain of 14.
Play to the left. Supposedly the team speed of Florida State was supposed to negate this, but there's no run support, and that's the reason why. Great blocking on the part of the wide receivers for Notre Dame, in this case Clint Johnson, who takes Sawyer completely out of the play.
Beckton now 16 carries, 93 yards rushing, only 7 away from 100.
Which would be the 5th straight time, 5th straight game.
Yard, maybe 2. That's it. Beckton dropped by Nance. Let's go down to O.J. Simpson.
All-American linebacker Derek Brooks came out. He was limping visibly. I asked him how was it going. He said it feels a lot worse. And you notice he's not in the game. Big loss for Florida State. Charlie?
Second down and 8, O.J. The ball at the Florida State 44-yard line.
Inevitably what happens on days like this where it's windy and a little bit chilly, that thing starts to stiffen up. He doesn't have the flexibility. He just can't go, regardless of the shoes.
And here is Beckton. 38-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be third down and short. Todd Rebold and Eric Smith make the tackle as we'll take a look at the blocking that offensive line of Notre Dame. 35-pound advantage per man, and they certainly use it.
It's just not the size, though. Their techniques are good. Look at Oscar McBride downfield. Once again, sliding to the linebacker, making the plays. And Beckton now right at 100 yards with 18 carries. It's the 5th straight game he's done that. Time in Irish football.
Third down and 3. He's trying to just squirt through. This is going to be close to the first down. Beckton again, the ball carrier. Devin Bush makes the stop for Florida State.
Again, the wind is a factor, and I say, and this is the reason I say it, Charlie, is that on the 36-yard line you say to yourself, we're not sure. But because of the fact that Florida State has been so ineffective going into the wind, I don't imagine it's going to be a real difficult decision here on the part of Lou Holtz to go for it, and I almost guarantee there won't be a quarterback sneak.
No, we saw that attempt in the first half. It was unsuccessful. So the change will come out. I think one of the things that we're seeing, you can go back to a quote of Lou Holtz when he said earlier in the week, we didn't win the lottery. Here's the first down. We got here because we're a good football team. We are 9-0.
Well, I think the reason is because of the fact that they don't have a lot of high-profile players. I addressed the point to someone on a radio show. I said, do me a favor, quick, name 5 players on the Notre Dame team. And, you know, because last year they had so many high-profile people like Bettis and Brooks and Meyer, it was easy to remember that team. Now they have just a great team. Not a lot of individuals that stand out.
First down, play action, throw, incomplete. That is the first pass of this drive. It was intended for Derek Mays. It'll be second down and 10. The ball at the 36-yard line of Florida State.
McDougal not happy with himself. 6 for 12 for 64 yards. You say, that's not that big a deal, but the catches and the plays have been big plays when they've thrown the ball. Something that Lou Holtz stressed is the fact that even though it's not big numbers, they come at crucial times.
Kevin McDougal, ironically, from Pompano Beach, Florida. He said, I wanted to go to school out of state. He said, if I went to school in Florida, I'm an only child. Mom would have been there every day. Here is Becton. Becton to the 30-yard line. Gain of 6. Todd Rebold and John Nance with the stop.
And it was interesting that when you said that, looked over his shoulder to his dad, and his dad was in the room. His dad goes, yeah, that's right. He nodded. Yeah, he would have been there.
That's right. Third down and 4. The ball at the 30-yard line. Becton has carried 5 of the 6 plays. Excuse me, 5 of the 7 plays. And we'll have a timeout call by Florida State. They were a man down.
With Derek Brooks out of the game, it was his responsibility to inform his backup, Todd Rebold. He didn't do it. Todd was not on the field. Consequently, they had to call a timeout. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, O.J. Third down and 4. McDougal to throw underneath the coverage. And in and out of the catch of Lake Dawson. Tough catch, had to come out on his knees. Catchable ball, though. McKnight was there for the Seminoles.
He's the first guy that'll tell you that he could have caught it. Comes down on the knees. The ball's right there. He gets his hands underneath it, but it ricochets, as you see, off his shoulder pad. Can't come up with it.
So it is 4th down and a field goal attempt by Kevin Pendergast. 47-yard field goal attempt. His longest in his career. 24-7 Notre Dame. The Irish up 24-7. Number 80, Tamarick Vanover. Number 15, Philip Riley, who is the fastest Seminole, are the return men for Florida State. It has turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous afternoon after rain had been predicted all week long. We had a little drizzle in crowds this morning. They've been blown away. And here is the catch. And Riley will step out of the edge of the end zone, down it, and we'll have the touchback. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. You've seen some great shots today, and here is one of them looking down at Notre Dame Stadium. What an awesome sight. The Spirit, based at Goodyear's corporate headquarters in Akron, Ohio, is 1,000 feet over the stadium and traveling at a brisk 9 miles per hour.
So tell me again, what game were you doing at that first blimp hop? I forgot to ask.
It's number 1 and number 2. Florida State now from their own 20-yard line, first down.
So that would have been Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and Yale.
William Floyd and Sean Jackson are the running backs along with Charlie Ward. He is in the gun. Play action fake. Throws, has a man wide open. It's Kes McCorvey. And McCorvey across the 35. He'll be out of bounds around the 37-yard line. He'll pick up 17 in the first down. The first flash of offense for the Seminoles since the first period.
Misdirection play has Notre Dame going. And look at that. Young even got a piece of it. Batted the ball, and McCorvey is able to make the catch. Coming downfield, Young with the frustration. He thought he batted that one down. McCorvey, good concentration. Misdirection fooled the linebackers of Notre Dame.
His third reception for 46 yards. First down, Florida State, their own 37-yard line. Just over 9.5 left to go in the third. Charlie Ward, and he dives across the 40. They're spotted right at the 40. Give him 3. It'll be second down and 7.
One of the questions has always been there regarding Florida State because of the number of times in big games they haven't been able to come through is the question of heart. Does the team have the heart to come through? And right at this point, with 9 minutes on the clock and running, the test of the heart of Florida State is right now.
challenged their heart. They're the one that brought it up. And Florida State puts them away this year. The fast break is fired. This will be a first down. Near the 50-yard line as McCorvey pulls it in. Jeff Burris and Pete Bursich were there for the Fighting Irish.
Reminiscent of the first drive. These are the kind of throws that they had underneath the coverage, trying to fight that zone coverage. Right there, settles down. Excellent catch. Nice hands catch. Spins off. Tough receiver in the middle. That's where you earn your money. Kez McCorvey has done just that this year.
And a first down at the 49-yard line. He is from Goshen, Mississippi. Inside handoff is to William Floyd. And Floyd matches his number as he goes to the 44-yard line. Ryan McGee and Justin Goheen stop him at that point.
I think after the field goal, Notre Dame got a little flat here. Even though they have the wind with them, a 17-point advantage, get a little bit confident. And now Notre Dame back on its heels a little bit, and Charlie Ward and his teammates are taking advantage of it.
And it is second down and 3 at the Irish 44-yard line. Notre Dame leads 24-7, tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. The Irish up 21-7 at the half, and they've added a 47-yard field goal by Kevin Pendergast. Ward, little swing left side. This is complete to Jackson. And Jackson just keeps going. He's got the first down.
He ran into his own man. He ran into McCorvey, and McCorvey actually pulls him by the head to get him a couple extra yards. Good pass on the part of Charlie Ward right here. He leads Jackson out into the flat as opposed to throwing behind him, so he catches it in full stride. Now he gets upfield. Now watch number 88 comes to the block. Oh my gosh, I ran into you. Okay, well, I'm going to pull you then. See if we get some extra yards. Okay, we'll take it.
The ball just outside the 32-yard line, first down. To the eye with Charlie Ward up under center. Defense adjusts. Play action fake. Ward in trouble. Comes back. Completes the pass. And he goes to Sean Jackson, and there's nothing there. But Brian Young was chasing down Charlie Ward everywhere that he went. There was Brian Young. That's not all that easy. Brian 6'3", 277.
Charlie Ward does a good job of avoiding him. Nice play fake there, and you're right, Young right in his face. But here at the end of the play, he makes something happen. If Jackson just turns around and goes, he might do something. But instead, he makes one too many moves and falls on his butt. Right here, if he just turns and goes instead.
But the grass.
Yep.
Letterman mentioned the slick grass that Lou Holtz told us about. He said, well, the spot is on that far sideline between the 30. And he got caught in that Bermuda Triangle of slick grass. Second down and 13. Charlie Ward, he's going to run with it. And he goes sliding just shy of the first down. Let's see where they make the mark.
Now, that's interesting because the side judge came in and he actually marks the ball where he started his slide. That's an NFL thing. See, in college, where it is where you're actually down.
So spotted at the 24. Here's another look.
Take a look at where he's actually down as opposed to where he begins his slide. Where is he down? Okay, he starts his slide right here. He's down right there. Should be at about the 23-yard line. Instead, it's at the 24. And now they have 31.
They have to mark it there. When his knee's down, plays dead. College football. Boom. Where's the ball? Spotted there. Third down, 2. This is a throwback pass to Charlie Ward. And he was looking for a bit of an opening to cut back. I think he may have thought he was at the 10 rather than the 15. He knew he had the first down. And I think he wanted a little bit more yardage.
Hey, man, when it's number 1 against number 2, you got to do some funky things. Here it is. Sean Jackson. Wow, how many balls is this that he's thrown today? Isn't this his third pass? Comes back to Charlie Ward. Comes up. Slips and falls.
Slips and falls. Gain of 10, 14-yard line, first down.
2 passes and 1 backward to Charlie Ward.
He has a screen set far side, and sliding was William Floyd. And all of a sudden, the slick grass here at Notre Dame Stadium becoming a factor.
Well, it's just as well that it went through his hands, because even if he catches it, he gets tackled for the loss. Trying to set up the screen, Notre Dame wasn't fooled.
And Ward Drake Dunn now comes into the lineup. We haven't seen that much of this freshman, but he is now into the offensive set. And he has yet to carry the ball. He had one pass that he dropped. And he is the remaining back, along with Charlie Ward. And here is Dunn. He jumps to the outside, slips the tackle, cuts back, and he will not quite make it to the end zone. This is a young man that told us he wanted to be redshirted. We said, why? He said, I've got the body of a high school player. I need a body of a college player.
Yeah, but after watching that run, you got to ask yourself the question, why hasn't he been in before? Look at this. 5'9", 170 pounds, little stop, start, breaks the tackle. Look at the quickness upfield. Clearly, he is somebody. Look at him running right over the top of people for being 5'9", 170. He is strong. Why is it that now, with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, that's his first carry?
Why, Esquire? Third down and 2.
You think this is 4-down territory?
Without a doubt. 11th play of the drive. And here's a little swing. Left side here is Dunn again. He dives for it, and he's got it. Touchdown, Florida State.
I'm going to say it again. I don't know why they haven't gotten this guy the ball sooner. He goes out of the flat and just puts on a burst of speed that the backers at Notre Dame haven't seen in the first 2 quarters. Why is Warren Dunn just now getting the ball?
And he scores his 8th touchdown of the season. And for Florida State, that is their first score since the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. And we have 4:45 left in the third. 80-yard drive in 11 plays. And the extra point is good by Scott Bentley. And so with 4:45 left in the third, the margin has been cut to 10. Notre Dame leads it 24-14.
Quite simply what they want is they want Dunn on a linebacker, and this is a mismatch in the open field. Just cuts to the outside and shows the speed, and now we have a ball game because Florida State now only down by 10.
5 left to go. We're in the third quarter. Florida State trailing now by 10. Lonnie Johnson will hold the ball for Scott Bentley because of the win. And here is the kickoff going to the far side, and then stumbling with the ball is Ray Zeller. Now let's go back to the touchdown.
The speed that we're talking about, just to the right of your screen, when the play begins, you're going to see Justin Goheen come to Charlie Ward. Then he's going to have to come out to Dunn. Take a look at regular speed, the quickness and the move right there at the end by Dunn. There's 54. Now he comes out, little fake, bye.
Just shy of the 25-yard line. Notre Dame at first down. McDougal to throw, has pressure, steps away. Now he is hit, and he is sacked.
First guy to hit him. How ironic. The first guy to hit him is number 10, Derek Brooks. Here we've been talking about the fact that this guy is hurt, and he doesn't come out. He's been favoring the ankle, and what does he do? Biggest play of the game thus far defensively. Look at Derek Brooks. He gets past. He's the one that forces McDougal out, and here comes Roberson from the side. Notre Dame very fortunate there that McDougal didn't fumble.
Counting the sack in, McDougal now is 1 for his last 6 attempts.
You can see him limping on that leg. It's killing him, but finally just said, forget it. I got to play. I got to do it.
Second and 18. Straight shot up the middle. Zeller's the fullback. Nothing is there.
Boy, oh boy, what a hit.
Maybe a yard spotted at the 17. It'll be third down.
That was Alonzo Horner on the hit inside. He was the one, if you recall, earlier in the game was the man that made the stop on 4th down on the quarterback sneak. Take a look at number 40. Pow, hit on. Right in there, right on Zeller. Big third down play now for the Irish.
Play action, he wants to go deep, and he's going to overthrow everybody by about 10 yards. Michael Miller, the intended receiver, he picked up double coverage along the way. Florida State holds Notre Dame will be kicking, albeit with the wind.
And clearly, even with the wind may not have shifted as yet, but the momentum clearly has.
Now, Adrian Jarrell is the punter. It used to be Rob Leonard. He was hurt in the pit game. He didn't punt in the pit game. Somebody jumped on his foot during a celebration. Ryan Ford kicked in the Southern California game. He didn't do all that well. Jarrell is the only punter that Lou says has been able to kick it over 20 yards during practice this week.
And unlike last time, Corey Sawyer needs to make the catch. He can't let it pass. What a carry!
Oh! Jarrell comes through back at the 25-yard line.
Oh, that
flag is down.
Just terrible.
42-yard line marker dropped at the 30. A 58-yard kick for Adrian Jarrell.
James Colsey absolutely clipped. Absolutely clipped. This is going to go back. Big, big break for Notre Dame.
Flag was dropped right at the 30-yard line.
Bobby Taylor is the sprinter for Notre Dame on the left. He comes down, gets hammered in the back by Colsey.
We have a block in the back by the receiving team. Has to change the possession. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So not only then is it a 55-yard punt. Take a look at the 10-yard advantage. Right here at the bottom of your screen, Bobby Taylor is there. He's the one that's going to get clipped. Right there running on the numbers. There it is. There's the block. Right in the middle of the back.
And we'll step aside for a moment. Don't go away. It's number 1 and number 2. Matchup here at South Bend. Leroy Keys ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for another on the halfback option as number 1 Purdue beat number 2 Notre Dame 37-22. Right now, number 1 Florida State trails number 2 Notre Dame 24-14. Florida State will start from their own 20-yard line. And Warwick Dunn is the tailback. And waiting for Dunn was Brian Hamilton. Picture-perfect tackle.
Charlie Ward, clearly this was an auto, but somebody must have missed it. Coming off right there, Forrest Connolly doesn't get to his man, and inside rush by Hamilton is the one that makes the play. Dunn doesn't have any chance.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14.
Started the combination of that punt and penalty, 62 yards. Big change in field position. Big advantage for Notre Dame.
Good protection for Charlie Ward. Slips and slides. Now he throws incomplete. He was going to Matt Pryor, and he was decked by Greg Lane. It'll be 3rd and 14.
This is when he's dangerous, when he rolls out, and that enables some receivers to get free. But watch the hit that Lane puts on it. Throws a little bit behind. And Charlie Ward even acknowledged the fact that it was my fault, but give Lane credit. He comes up and puts the hit on it.
On the touchdown drive, Ward was 6 of 7 for 50 yards. He carried twice for 15. But now he faces 3rd and 14, trying to crank up another drive here in the second half. And remember, 3rd down, they'll be kicking into this 20-mile-an-hour wind. Will have a timeout. Florida State takes their 2nd timeout of the second half. The noise a factor. Remember, we mentioned earlier they were this season flashing the signs in with crossed arms and signals. And Bobby Bowden's always said, well, we figured everybody's looked at it. They picked a lot of it up. So they're going to do it all by shouting. You know, pass it on, word of mouth. And with the crowd here, perhaps that becomes a problem.
No, I think the problem was is that they didn't have a 3rd and 14 play. I mean, that's not one that's that easy, man.
I'll tell you what's easy. Let's go down to John Dockery. That's easy for us to say.
Yeah, Charlie, Todd is right on the pulse of this game because defensive line coach Mike Turgovac said the exact same thing, that they have to watch out for number 28, Warwick Dunn. He's a man that can make things happen. He was talking to his defensive lineman, Bryant Young, Jim Flanagan, Brian Hamilton and company, saying, look, you got to spy him, you got to shadow him. When he gets the ball, we got to contain Warwick Dunn. So, Todd, you're on the button. Back to you guys.
When we talked with Warwick Dunn in Tallahassee, I noticed he was wearing a Snoopy watch. And I said, why the Snoopy watch? He said, everybody else has a Mickey Mouse watch. I want to be different.
Well, the Seminoles did Mike Turkovac and company a favor by not playing Dunn in the first half.
He has a couple of carries and 4 yards rushing, 1 reception for 6 yards, the quick burst, and the touchdown. .2:15 time remaining, third quarter. Notre Dame leading by 10, 24-14. And the Seminoles will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter. And the fast break. But so far it has been the power of Notre Dame, their rushing attack, and more importantly, outstanding defensive play by the Irish. Now with 6 in the secondary. Third down and 14. A screen far side. It is done. He needs another 5. He's going to come up short. He'll pick up about 9 yards on the play. And Brian McGee stopped him at the 25.
Good job by the Notre Dame defense, knowing in this case, 3rd and 14. Sure, we'll give up the short play. Actually, a pretty good call on the part of Bobby Bowden, the offensive people there for Florida State. Because at least in this case, they picked up 9 yards in field position, give Liss a little more room to punt.
4th down and 5. Number 6 is Michael Miller, the punt return man for Notre Dame. And a good
into the wind. Wow.
Fair catch. Taken at the 34-yard line. 41 yards into the wind.
Now, why a fair catch in that situation when you know you've got the wind going your way? You've got to catch the ball and run. Give Liss a lot of credit. That's tough. Kicking to the teeth of a 20-mile-an-hour wind to get that kind of distance.
And here is Becton, and he slips down. He tried to make his cut to the outside. They were working on Lee Becton on the sideline. Remember, he had his bell rung in the first half, and then he took a tremendous hit not too long ago.
Well, give credit to Mickey Andrews and the staff of Florida State, what they did in the second half to make some changes in terms of attacking as opposed to laying back and reading on the defense. Now you've got people going forward and attacking some of the gaps, and that's creating some of the problems that Notre Dame has had in the running game the last 2 series.
Second down and 12. With Becton laying the key block. And Kevin McDougal behind the block of Lee Becton. Corey Sawyer finally makes his stop for the Seminoles. And it's close to the first down.
You're absolutely right. Becton not only a 100-yard rusher, but this is a definite pass-run option. You can see McDougal doesn't look too far downfield. There's Becton out in front, puts the block down, and McDougal gets there within 3 yards of the sticks.
And remember, Becton from Ernle, North Carolina, told us in high school that they had so few players, only about 18, they couldn't hold a practice. They didn't have a close scrimmage.
2 tight ends set. 3rd and 3 might be passing for some teams, but this is a good chance for Notre Dame. And McDougal going to an audible.
And it is Becton. And he may end up losing a yard at the 41-yard line. So it is going to be 4th down, 4 yards to go. And Notre Dame will be kicking with 26 seconds and counting time remaining. Becton, is he still down?
Take a look.
Slowly on pilot.
Take a look at the linebackers to the left. They just attack. They're shooting right for the gaps. They shoot in the holes. And as a result of that, there's too many bodies there. Right in the middle, making the stick. Too many white shirts. You take chances like that, you can be burned in the passing game, but at this point, down by 10 points, Florida State has acknowledged the fact that, hey, we've got to take some chances. If McDougal can beat us with a pass, so be it.
Jarrell has only 5 seconds to get the kickoff. 1.
Well, I tell you, that is a really foolish
mistake. Major mistake. He will now have to kick into the wind. Because that is the end of the 3rd quarter.
He can't believe it. Look at Lou Holtz. You've got to be kidding me.
And Notre Dame simply waited around too long.
And I tell you what, it would be interesting. I don't know if Lou Holtz has the guts to do it, but this would be a fascinating time for a fake punt.
Jeff Burris is the up back. He'll kick it away.
Not bad.
And Sawyer takes it on the run. And with the win, Florida State will start at their own 39-yard line. Here's what's happened in case you just joined us. Ward to Knox, 12-yard touchdown pass. Florida State went up early. Notre Dame came back. Jarrell, 32-yard touchdown run. That tied it. Lee Beckton, 26 yards on the ground. Notre Dame on top. Jeff Burris, 6 yards on the ground. Notre Dame 21-7. Kevin Pendergast, career-long 47-yard field goal, 24-7. And then Ward to the freshman Dunn, 6 yards on the touchdown pass. Florida State pulls within 10 as we start the fourth quarter. Charlie Ward, little looping pass to McCorvey. And McCorvey, he's going to pick up a first down.
McCorvey on the slant route, I mean way underneath. He got bumped underneath by the linebackers. It's a good thing Ward saw him because he just missed getting sacked. This is a great athletic play. Going to his left, McCorvey makes the catch. He gets run down by Bursich, but not before he gets within about a half yard of the first down.
They mark him down at the 48, so it is second down and 1. Hernandez and Conley are into that offensive line. Dunn is in the backfield. Oh, Sean Jackson is in the backfield. Here is the pass downfield. And this again is to Kez McCorvey. He has really been the go-to guy for Charlie Ward.
And we mentioned that from the very top. Look at the great hands that he has here. The linebacker is going to hit him. Look at him extend and catch the ball. And just as he's hit, look at that. He still hangs onto the ball even though Bursich hits him right in the middle of the back. That's great hands, great concentration by the youngster from Mississippi.
Notre Dame, 46-yard line, first down, Florida State. Charlie Ward to the right, has a protector, throws downfield, passes complete. Guess who? Kez McCorvey. It'll be a first down. Jeff Burris and Brian McGee were chasing him.
Roll right. You're going to see underneath. He's just going to run an out route. McGee can't cover him from the inside. He's already given up 3 yards. Puts it right on the money, and McCorvey with the first down.
33-yard line. Right past the outstretched hands of a fighting Irish defender. So he threaded the needle. It's a first down at the 33-yard line of Notre Dame. Lots of time. 13:48 remaining. Ward, little swing near side. Sean Jackson. Jackson just plows ahead near the 25-yard line. He's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. Brian McGee and Bobby Taylor make the tackle.
And what Sean Jackson did that was smart right there is that instead of trying to make moves and slip on the grass, he just lowered his shoulder, broke a tackle, got a couple extra yards that he wouldn't have had if he was trying to juke and jive.
Second down and 3, and Warwick Dunn is in the ballgame. Dunn comes in, Jackson comes out. Downfield, tipped, almost intercepted. McCorvey, the intended receiver, and Burris,
Now, he's got to be frustrated because this is at least the third or maybe even the fourth time he's had a chance at an interception. Ball is really whistled in there. Comes off the hands. Now, watch. Burris is going to have plenty of time to come up and see it. Look, the ball comes off his hands. Tipped right there. Oh, no, no. Just off the tack-ified gloves. Hey, maybe if he's barehanded, he catches it.
Another note is that when Dunn went in motion, Thomas Knight went out in the flat with him, taking that route away.
I think they'd be wise here to go with the rollout. Give Charlie Ward the option to run or throw.
Dunn's in motion, third down and 3. Over the middle, all alone is McCorvey. He found the dead spot in the zone 15-yard line. Jeff Burris makes the tackle. First down, Seminole.
What happens here is the crossing routes are going to come underneath, and as a result of that, the crossing routes come underneath, and McCorvey finds the dead spot in the zone. The linebackers pick up on the crossing route. Watch in the middle is McCorvey wide open. Look at all the grass right here that enabled McCorvey to get the catch. Good job by Ward to pick up his second receiver.
His 8th reception for 92 yards. Here's the spread out. This side pass is thrown. Is it complete? Yes.
He slipped and fell and came up with it.
Mark Vanna, a sliding reception at around the 7-yard line.
He came back on the comeback, right? His feet came out from under him, but he was still able to catch the ball. Take a look. Watch at the end of the play. Watch number 80. Watch his feet come up. Whoops, I fell down, but oh, I still caught it. Amazing. Hits him right under the chin. Nice catch by number 80, Vanover.
Second down and 3.
This is the time here, once again, to get done the ball on the outside. Have your people cut to the outside. Give Dunn a chance to go one-on-one with the linebacker like he did last series.
Direct snap to Dunn they were waiting for. That's the second time we've seen the play in the ballgame. The first time we saw it was to Sean Jackson, first time that he has run it this year.
And that time it only went for 3 yards. I know that they don't like to huddle, but this really would be a big time to huddle up and say, hey, look, let's be sure of this play. That was a big loss there because now it's 3rd and 7. Running out of field to play with, this is a crucial call. Once again, Jim Flanagan having an outstanding game for the Irish in on a number of big plays. Remember, he was the one that stripped the ball from Knox at the end of the first half.
3rd down and 7, a loss of 4 on the play.
Ward better hurry.
Over the middle, pulled down, but the 7-yard line. It is Vanover again who makes the reception.
Now here's an interesting point. I'll be interested to see what Bobby Bowden wants to do. Clearly they're down by 10. They're going to go for the field goal.
And here is Scott Bentley. The youngster featured in Sports Illustrated. By now, I think everybody knows that story. He has one attempt wide right from 54 yards away.
Let me say here, Charlie, even if he does make the field goal, Notre Dame made somewhat of a stand. The momentum clearly had shifted to Florida State.
24 yards away. Then 7 of Notre Dame, and he will now be kicking off. Clint Johnson is the deep back on the return. Seminoles with the win. And he nails this one. And it will be taken out of the end of the end zone for the touchback, and will bring it out to the 20-yard line where Notre Dame's offense will come out with 10:40 left to go, and they have a 7-point lead.
And clearly this is the time where the offensive line has to reestablish the dominance that they had in the second quarter, even though they do not have the win. The play-action pass that was effective for them during that period of time, that was with the win, and now they don't have the win. They have to get their ground game going again here. They can ill afford to go 3 and punt.
Kevin McDougal is the quarterback with Ray Zeller the fullback, and Lee Beckton is the tailback. And that could be a backward pass. It goes as a lateral. Doesn't make any difference. Beckton cuts back. He has the first down. He is horse-collared at around the 35-yard line by Richard Coase. He's going to pick up 15 on the play. Big first down. And the first passing yards for Notre Dame in the second half.
Give Lou Holtz a lot of credit. This is the play that they had in the first series of the game, if you recall, when Beckton on 3rd down got the first. Nice one-handed grab. Poor job in the secondary of coming up to make the tackle. Yeah, he gets him down there, but at the 35 yards, big first down play for Notre Dame.
Gain of 15. Zeller takes a step back, and he has the ball in a couple of yards. That's going to be it, as Ken Alexander was there to cover him at the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Notre Dame 24, Florida State 17. For Notre Dame, that completion just a moment ago was their first completion since the second quarter, with 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
There's the man right there that the pressure's on here in the fourth quarter, talking to his son Skip. We've got to mix it up. We can't be predictable. We can't just jam into the middle because they've been stopping our run. What is it we're going to do?
2nd down and 8, we're going to throw. Here's the quick out. Miller, touchback, 45, 50. 48-yard line of Florida State. Richard Coase and Derek Brooks with the stop after 19 for Michael Miller.
Once again, a great call by Holtz, and Holtz coming out. Fairly safe pass, and Mike Miller, all 5'7", 152 pounds, who follows behind a great block there. Leveling the quarterback, enabling him to get downfield. Derek Mays with the big block to spring Miller.
And now the handoff is to Beckton. And the 45-yard line. So he picks up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Notre Dame averaging 15 passes a ball game. In this ball game, Lou Holtz told us I could go as high as 25. He has gone as high as 16 right now with 9 minutes to go.
Never bigger than those last 2, though, Charlie.
2nd down and 7. Notre Dame 24, Florida State 17. Tied at the end of the first quarter, 7-7. Notre Dame led at the half, 21-7. Florida State trying to come back. Rolling left, throwing, and it is incomplete. Adrian Jarrell, the intended receiver, and Clifton Abraham picked him up. Now it's 3rd down and 7.
There's the man who wants to establish his own identity. Nepotism has nothing to do with the reason why that man is the offensive coordinator for Notre Dame. In fact, he reminded us, I was the first Holtz that was here.
I was here before Dad got here.
And if there's been a bigger call in the game, I don't know what it is. Right now, 3rd and 6. He's got to come up with something special.
Notre Dame only 3 of 10 in 3rd down opportunities in this ballgame. Slot far side with Miller in the slot. 3 wide receivers in this package.
Coming with the blitz, corner blitz.
Pass, Dawson holds on, 1st down. Lake Dawson. A gain of 14. His 2nd reception.
Here they come off the corner. They took a chance, and they came with some extra people. That enables Dawson to come down. Look at the adjustment that McDougal makes. Coming to his left, he comes back. A little bit off. There, he pulls the ball back. Still throws off the wrong foot. And for Lake Dawson, who had dropped 2 passes earlier, sweet revenge.
And a tendency to say, great Lake. 1st down. I apologize.
No, that's all right.
Play action fake option. Here's the pitch. It is Becton around the corner. 20 and then pulled down from behind. 14 yards on the play. And that offensive line of Notre Dame and the calling of the offensive coordinator, Ken Alexander, finally with the stop. But the Irish clearly on the attack.
Just as significant as the run of Becton is the clock now is becoming the ally of Notre Dame. Under 8 minutes in running. The option had not been particularly effective, but they bring it back, change things up. Now they're definitely in field goal position once again. There's Brooks, goes down with the ankle hurting him a little bit. Not in pursuit, enabling Becton to get some extra yardage.
1st down at the 17, slipping a couple of tackles, lowering his head. Wow. It's Ray Zellers as he plows through the Seminoles. Alonzo Horner and Clifton Abraham finally stop him. 11-yard line.
Remember earlier in the game, Ray Zellers ducked under a couple of arm tackles when it looked like he was tackled in the middle of the field. There, he breaks at least 2 or 3, showing the power running from the fullback position.
Don't forget, this drive started back at the Notre Dame 20-yard line, with momentum shifting to the Seminoles. Following the field goal by Scott Bentley, pulling within 7, and the Irish have come back. Now in short yardage, Paul Phelan is the quarterback and the full house backfield. They have scored in the ball game off of this alignment, and they're going to do it again. Same man, Jeff Burrows. Try to tack on one more with 6:53 left, and he does.
Yard kickoff return average last year. So if for some reason Pendergrass can't kick it out of the end zone, look for Florida State to get a return.
The wind catches this one. You could see 5 yards deep, and he was kicking from the 50-yard line. It's a touchback out to the 20.
First play of the drive. The momentum is all Florida State's. The crowd is quiet, and they're going to run the ball. Right, wrong. Fake the Zellers. Come out to Becton. You could argue that that might have been the biggest play of the game because both the Holtzes decided we have to attack. We can't lay back. That changed the course of Florida State's defense. Huge drive for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
The ball at the 20-yard line, 6:53 time remaining. The Seminoles with Warwick Dunn, the young freshman in the backfield with Charlie Ward. And they'll go with the 4 wide receiver package. 4-man rush, running room up the middle. And Charlie slides across the 30. They'll mark him down at the 31-yard line. He'll pick up the first down. It does a couple of things. Gets the ball upfield, stops the clock, the move to change. Now with 6:44 left to go.
One of the things about college football, because they do stop the clock with the chains, if they can get 4 or 5 quick first downs, not that much time will go off the clock.
Rolling right, going deep, trying to get it all, and it is overthrown. Tamarick Vanover, the intended receiver, and Charlie was about 4 yards over his head. It'll be second down and 10, back at the 31-yard line.
Wynn pushed that one a little bit deeper than Charlie Ward wanted.
Jeff Burris had the coverage. So we'll bring it back. 6:34, time remaining.
One of the issues here during the drive is the fatigue of the defensive backs for Notre Dame. You see in the back, you see Burris and Taylor with hands on hips, and they throw every down. That could be a factor.
William Floyd and Warwick Dunn now in the backfield with Charlie. Ward swings near side. This is the fullback Floyd. And he's going to go out around the 35 or the 36-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 5 yards to go. Greg Lane was there for Notre Dame. So all of a sudden the Seminoles face that very crucial third down situation.
Well, it is, but the offensive people from Florida State have to be conscious of the fact that we're in 4-down territory anyway, down by 2 touchdowns with 6 minutes left. So they're adjusting their play calling to the reality that they have 4 downs here. And they're going for it.
This is third down and 5. The margin, 11 points. Pass is incomplete. Going up for it was Matt Fryer. He could not come down. Brian Hamilton was putting the pressure on Charlie Ward.
Bad choice rolling to his right and having to come back. He sidearms it across his body and across the field. Tough catch. No way Fryer could come up with this one.
Sean Wooden had the coverage for Notre Dame.
What? I can't believe this.
6:22. Bobby Bowden feels that's a lot of time. Sean Liss will be kicking.
Yeah, it is a lot of time. But the point is that even if he kicks the ball deep, they're going to take some time off the clock with their running game. I don't like this. I think he's got to go for it in this situation.
This is the 6th time that he has kicked in the ballgame. Notre Dame has everybody up close. They do not have a return on. We are looking for a possible gadget play. It's not there. Here's the kick with the win. It's a good one. And Notre Dame Stadium from the Goodyear Blimp Spirit, one of 3 blimps operated by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. And you might have noticed the lights are on here at Notre Dame in the 4th quarter. Our special thanks to Musco Light for bringing in their portable lighting towers, brightening up our pictures as darkness begins to set in here in South Bend, Indiana. Boy, the lights are really good, too. 6 minutes and 14 seconds. That is the time remaining. Notre Dame with the football at their own 19-yard line.
To segue the lights, however, Charlie, I think the lights are out on the Florida State sideline by not going for it on 4th down. With 6:14 left, Notre Dame doesn't have to get a first down. All they have to do is run some time off the clock. Also, the fact that Florida State only has 1 timeout left, so it's not as if they can stop it.
And here is Lee Beckton, and he is swarmed under at the 18. He will lose a yard. The defense led by James Roberson, number 47. So it will be second down and 11. In the first 9 games of the year, the Seminoles defense gave up 2 rushing touchdowns. Today, Notre Dame has scored 4 rushing touchdowns against this defense. Notre Dame leading 31-17. The margin is 11. And like Todd said, they're going to be content here just to run some time off of the clock. But don't forget, a field goal, a touchdown, and 2 points, and you're tied. It's a reach right now against the time.
No, they have to score 2 touchdowns here, Charlie.
Why can't they score a touchdown, go for 2, and kick a field goal?
They just don't have time. They don't have time to score 3 times. They have to kick 2 field goals and get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal. That's 2 scores. Right? 8, 9, 10, 11. They're down. Excuse me. My math is off. They're down by 14. You're right. Excuse me.
Quite all right.
That's okay.
I'm excited too.
It's a 14. I said 11. There it is. Let's make it official. It's 14 points.
Offense. Third down.
And that's the dead ball delay. Of course, they want to use up as much time as possible. 5 minutes is the time remaining. That is only the second Notre Dame penalty today. Remember, one of the things that Lou Holtz told us? No foolish penalties. That one was not a foolish penalty. They're just taking more time off the clock. 4:57. Now it starts to count down again. Ray Zellers, Roberson, and Ken Alexander.
Now, it'll be interesting here. I'm surprised. This would have been the time for me if I'm Florida State to take the timeout. Stop it now, because Notre Dame not only will come out in the field and snap it probably with 1 second left, they might even think about taking the delay, even though that will hurt them in terms of field position. What they're concerned with now is taking as much time off the clock as possible.
12 seconds and counting on the 25-second clock. Florida State has everybody coming. They do not have anybody back. Kick is not all that good. And will be down to around the 46-yard line.
Now again, he would have been smart there just to let the ball go, because as long as the ball is going, there's time off the clock. Not only, as you mentioned, 10 seconds left on the thing when he snapped the ball, but there when the ball bounced, let the thing roll. Take some more time. Now there's 4:05. And as you mentioned, that could be enough time to get 2 touchdowns.
4:05 left in the ball game, and Florida State has good field position. They will start at the Notre Dame 45-yard line. Of the reverse and the throw, and nobody's there. McCorvey throwing off of the reverse.
Well, at this point, if you're Notre Dame, you're backpedaling. This just isn't going to work. This is the kind of gimmick that's going to fool people, because nobody thinks that you're going to run the ball. Everybody knows you're going to pass. Burris is sitting in the secondary waiting for it. It's actually a good play by McCorvey just to get rid of it.
So it is 2nd down and 10, still at the 45-yard line. Now with 3:57, that is the time remaining. Florida State down by 14. Ward, little swing near side. William Floyd, he needs to get out of bounds. And he does, and he is dead.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty.
And that is a penalty.
Good call. That was.
40-yard line. And Lou Holtz is right down amongst his players.
And
he does not want foolish penalties.
And that really was. Clearly he's out of bounds, and Justin Goheen wants to get a hit. And Lou Holtz is actually coming out of the field to talk to him. Unbelievable. He can't believe that happened. Nose to nose.
And Goheen will be coming out of the lineup.
Clearly out of bounds right here. He steps out at least 2 yards out of bounds. Absolutely unnecessary for Goheen to go in and do that. And Holtz is upset about it. He's not upset with the official. He's upset with Goheen, because he knows that was a good call. Look at him running after. He wants a piece of the player, not the official.
The ball now at the Notre Dame 25-yard line. First down. Handoff is to William Floyd, and there's nothing there. A scramble at the bottom may have been a fumble. Official comes out with the ball, and tempers beginning to flare just a bit. It's been a really good, hard-hitting ball game.
Florida State has to expedite the process here with the clock running now at 3:27 and counting. They can't afford the luxury now of trying to run the ball. He's got to get it downfield.
And again, Florida State with only 1 timeout remaining. Pressure rolls to the near side. There's a flag down. Ward carries. He's going to step out of bounds at around the 10-yard line, but there was a flag across the field at the 13-yard line. Now, Charlie Ward picked up some 14 yards on the play. And we still have just over 3 minutes to go, with still the margin at 14. Florida State with an opportunity if they can score. Onside kick, and can still pull this one out.
I would think they're going to refuse this because they have the first down and the clock stopped.
thing we might mention about the officials, we talked with Dale Phillips yesterday. They've been looking at tape of both ball clubs, familiarizing themselves with both of the offenses and the defense as part of their preparation for this game.
Holding on the defense. The penalty be assessed at the end of the run.
Penalty assessed at the end of the run. The holding on the far side of the field. Here's a look at it.
Nichols, he comes upfield. He's going to come out of bounds. The holding is actually on the other side of the field.
But there's another hole.
Now here's the interesting point here, Charlie. If they can score immediately here, if they can score on the first or even the second play here, they might not have to kick the onside kick. They might be able to kick deep, 3 and punt, and then use their timeout.
From the 6, first down, goal to go. Charlie runs, buying some time, slips a tackle, and he's at the 4. It'll be second down, goal to go. He used up a lot of time. Clock is moving. Time, so it flag in the end zone.
Oh, goodness.
That will stop the clock. 2:49 left in the game.
If this is what I think it is, if it's a personal foul against Jesus Hernandez, a late hit, boy, that's going to be awful for Florida State.
We have a dead ball. Personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty. It'll be second down.
And so that takes the ball from the 4-yard line, the end of the play, back to the 20-yard line.
Upset Jesus Hernandez was in the end zone, and he got in a collision. He was bouncing around with the defensive back. You know what? In a situation like this, the remaining 3 minutes, unless it's blatant like Goheen's was a couple of yards out of bounds, you hate to see that call.
You make a correction. It is second and goal to go. Ward scrambles, buys some time, throws, pass is complete to Matt Pryor. He steps out of bounds, stops the clock. 2:39 remaining. And again, a reminder: the score is Notre Dame 31. And Florida State 17, and even with my bad math, it comes out now 14 points. That's the margin. I feel so bad. Really, forgive me.
Well, I feel, you know what, though? I feel badly now for Jesus Hernandez because that play not only puts them back, even if they score the touchdown, the time is completely off the clock. Oh, that's awful for Florida State. Hate to see that happen.
Third down, goal to go, end zone. It is there. No. Kevin Knox, who has a touchdown reception of the ball game, and a bit of jawing going on with Ian John Covington.
Look at the ball right there in his arms. Slips through right there at the last minute. Covington gets a piece of it, and the ball bounces out.
The down markers say fourth down. The scoreboard says third down.
You have a problem with that penalty, Charlie? It was after the play.
It's a dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul, and the play counted.
And we have a false start on the right side of the offensive line of the Seminoles. And that will cost another foul.
You know what's too bad? These great teams and what has happened, and it has to come down to this and some of the goofy mistakes near at the end of the game. Sad to see.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
So the perfect season for the Seminoles. Bobby Bowden shot at the national championship, coming down to this play. It is fourth down and goal to go. 20-yard line. 2:31 left.
This isn't hard. You rush 3 and backpedal everybody else into the end zone. With apologies to Dick Enberg. Oh, my! Oh, goodness!
2 minutes and 26 seconds left. And the drama continues.
How do you teach a kid not to go for the interception? How do you teach a kid not to do that? Just bat the ball down. 4th down and 20.
And here is the extra point, and it is good.
Take a look in the middle of the field. Here's the seam route right there. And take a look. Turns around. The ball's right there. Hits him in the hands. That's up in the air. And McCorvey with the right there, right where he should be in coverage, coming out right at you. Watch number 17. It's a pop-up. There it goes. McCorvey's concentration right on the ball.
Not go onto the playing field at the end of the game. This is for your safety and the safety of everyone
And the reaction of Bobby Bowden.
Common sense should never be taken lightly.
And the reaction of Lou Holtz. We'll be back with the onside kick in a moment. Don't go away. As the sun is setting over Notre Dame Stadium, we have 2:26 left to go in the ball game. Are we looking at the possibility of an onside kick? It must go 10 yards or be touched by one of the receiving team members to be recovered by Florida State. Or will they kick it away and leave it up to the defense? It's an onside kick. It goes 10 yards. Notre Dame has the ball. Notre Dame recovers the onside kick.
Clark is the one with the recovery. Great idea on the part of Florida State to go with the left foot. Surprised him completely, but the ball comes right to him. All those white shirts bearing down on him, and he's still able to hang on. He's got to be hurting a little bit.
Sean Wooden, number 22, is the man who recovers the onside kick, and he is hurting.
I can tell you from personal experience, Charlie, everybody is pointing for you. It's unbelievable. Everybody's bearing down on you. They want to hurt you.
Great ball at the 47-yard line of Florida State. Beckton, and he is smothered, literally smothered at the line of scrimmage. Still some time left, 2:15 and counting. And now Florida State will take their last timeout. Richard Coe's making that last tackle. Now, what does all this mean? Right now, it looks as if Notre Dame, if they can hold on, they would take over the lead spot. Florida State would have a loss. They're going to drop down. Miami is currently third. This is the Bowl Coalition. Then Nebraska, Ohio State, Tennessee, Auburn on probation, Florida, West Virginia, and Texas A&M. And what does it all mean?
I think the big question here, Charlie, is how far down does Florida State drop? If indeed the score ends up the way it is at 31-24. You put Miami over them, even though Florida State handily beat Miami earlier in the season? Or is it inevitable then, if Miami were to win its remaining games, that Miami and Notre Dame would find themselves in the Fiesta Bowl for the national championship?
But also lurking is Nebraska. Nebraska is undefeated. They have 2 games remaining, a big one at home against Oklahoma. And Nebraska won today against Iowa State, and should they win big against Oklahoma, they might move back up in this poll. You know, they're higher in one of the other polls, and they feel as being undefeated is that they should be the number 2 team following this ballgame.
That certainly is the big debate right now as to why Miami seems to be garnering more votes in that poll despite the 1 loss, even though, as you mentioned, Nebraska's undefeated.
Second down and 10 at the 47-yard line. With the full house, and there is not anything there. This is Jeff Burroughs, who has scored a couple of touchdowns off of that formation. But Kevin McDougal is running the formation here. Before the ball game, it's been Paul Fela, and we have an injured player down. That stops the clock with 2:05, the time remaining.
You hear the boos from the crowd. They're wondering if this guy's faking it. Todrick McIntosh just to stop the clock.
It will be third down and about 8 yards to go. Mark Edwards, the freshman from Norwood, Ohio, has checked into that offensive lineup. That's the first time that we have seen him this afternoon.
Now again, hindsight is 20/20, but if this is 2:05, you figure that Bentley could have kicked the ball out of the end zone. They take it on the 20-yard line. If they're running the same course of plays, it's on the 20, and they punt with, say, about a minute 20 left in the game at midfield. Charlie Ward, again, you know, second guessing is wonderful, but
Notre Dame on third downs has converted only 4 of 12. But remember the last sequence when they started from their 20, Notre Dame came out throwing and looking for some big plays to get upfield. So I'm not sure we would have seen the same sequence of plays. So it is third down and 8, and now the clock is started. 2 minutes and counting, time remaining.
Unlike the pros, there's no concession for adding that time in the last 2 minutes when somebody is injured, and so it appears that maybe they got away with one. There are some players smiling down the Florida State sideline.
And now Notre Dame will just let the clock continue to run.
Now Florida State's smart. They bounce up here. Now they can punt the ball. 28, 27, 26.
22 seconds and counting on the 25. That's the 25-second clock on the left. They'll just let that run all the way down.
Absolutely. Because at this point, the 5 yards isn't going to be inconsequential. At a minute 1, they'll probably take the penalty and punt after that. And this also brings up an interesting point, though, Charlie, as they call timeout just before the penalty. Brings up an interesting point. If the guy can kick it into the end zone, do you run the risk maybe of taking a run back at this point with a minute left in the game? You know, got to let it all hang out. Maybe see if you can set up a return. They went for the block last time, and that didn't work. Why not put Vanover back as your punt returner and give it a shot?
They may just do that.
He's your big returner.
The Seminoles huddling on the far sideline.
Let me say at this point, too, Charlie, regardless, as we just saw Charlie Ward, in my opinion, I think he's still a Heisman Trophy winner, regardless of the outcome of this game today. And I think a lot of people felt that way coming in.
Everyone wondered coming into a ball game of this magnitude, is this a game that kind of gets away from everybody? Well, it certainly hasn't. The unsung factor has been the defense of Notre Dame, that they shut down the Seminoles, particularly in the second quarter. Gave their offense a chance to move out in front. And Notre Dame leads 31-24. As you see with 1:02 left. Florida State is going for the block. They do not have a return man back.
But you know what, though? They do. They need one guy back just so the guy can't let it roll and kill the clock. They need somebody to catch it, at least a fair catch it, if nothing else.
No block. Did he get a piece of it, or is it just a bad kick?
Terrible kick.
Terrible kick. It's going to be down around the 37-yard line.
I tell you what, number 11 right there. He should have picked it up. He had a clear sailing.
Because once you have touching by the kicking team past the line of scrimmage, you can always get the ball back there.
Devin Bush had a shot there. The ball was touched right at the end there. He had the ball clear sailing if he would have been thinking.
5 yards on the kick.
Take a look at the shank you're going to see underneath. Now watch as the Notre Dame players try and down it and they hurry up. If the ball is not completely down, it can touch. Now watch number 11 at the end of the play at the bottom left of your screen if you get a chance to see it. Now there the ball pops right up. If Bush picks it up, he can go right there. He can go. But he didn't think of it.
Florida State at their own 37-yard line. 51 seconds left. Flag is down. Charlie Ward scrambles. He is up into Murray, laterals off. Kez McCorvey, but there's a marker on the play.
Wow, heads up. Whoa, that was heads up on the part of Ward. Man, oh man, never say die.
There's a flag down. The flag came down right at the start of the play. And from the Florida State reaction, it will be against Notre Dame. Florida State down by 7. And Charlie Ward fires, pass is complete, 50-yard line. And this is Warwick Dunn who pulls it in.
They've got to hustle up because even though the clock stops here, they've got to get set.
They've got to be ready because the clock will start as soon as the chains are set.
And you can see Ward in a hurry trying to get it, so as soon as the official pulls his arm up, he can hike the ball.
Clock starts.
Now he's got to do it. Ward has to hurry. He's taking too much time. He's taking too much time. That cost him at least 6 seconds, Charlie.
He's got to get out of bounds, and he does. 17 seconds left. Kez McCorvey. Good for 18. And what an afternoon Kez McCorvey has had. 10 for 130 and a touchdown.
Now out of bounds here, Ward can take his time. He also realized with 17 seconds left, he doesn't necessarily have to throw it into the end zone. He can throw it in the middle of the field and get the first down, hustle up, spike the ball, and then give himself a chance with 2 shots in the end zone.
Deep over the middle. It is caught.
Now they've got to hurry. Line. Now he's got to spike the ball. He's got to get up. He's got to get everybody just to stand there and spike the ball.
Clock stop momentarily till the chains get there. Then he will, as soon as the referee starts the clock there, it has started. Here is the snap. Lost a couple. No, he's going to throw for it in the end zone. And it is batted away. 3 seconds left.
I'm really surprised he didn't spike it there, Charlie. He would have had 2 more chances. Now it's all down to this one play. What a game. All the hype, all the talk, all the game of the century, and it comes down to one play.
And Notre Dame takes a timeout.
Oh, boy.
The ball at the 14-yard line. The ghost of New Rockney is living, and he is smiling.
This was just a great football game. I compliment Florida State, Charlie Ward. They refused to quit. Our players didn't either. It's one game, and I think lived up to all the hype.
Lived up to all the hype. Those moments at the end.
How did action of the Florida State Seminoles?
Ken Alexander, a finalist for the Rhodes Scholarship. You can see the frustration on his face. He thought this was his turn. He's a senior. He thought it was going to be his turn for the national title. Give Notre Dame credit. Look at that. You can just see the frustration. There is the resilience of youth, but it's just so tough to take at this point. You're so close, and it comes down to that one play, and it's taken away from you.
Let's go down to O.J.
But we lost the darn ball game, and they're a great ball club, man. I mean, they're good as I've seen.
Hopefully, you'll get to see them again on New Year's Day.
I wish we could win the rest of our games and get a shot at them again. But they're pretty darn good.
Anything that you can think of right now that you would do differently?
Oh no, I think the 2 turnovers. I don't think they turned it over at all. We turned it over twice. That was probably the difference in the game. Plus, the wind affected us. When you're throwing the football 2 quarters, it hurts you. We got all our interceptions, the bad plays in. But they beat us. I would not.
Hope you get a chance. What a ball game. You look for the big games. You want to be there. You want to be involved. You want it to...